Got to put my damn light on, y'all. There we go. All right. Y'all see me? Camera 2. Focus, focus, focus. Got it. Camera 1. All right. So we're good. So those of y'all know me, know Modeja Navarro, a.k.a. hashtag Team Footage, a.k.a. HonestThinkingShirts.com. I'm live and direct. I'm supposed to be having a meeting with my man, 50 grand, Trey 500. Fortunately, we can't seem to put it together, man. I don't know where he's at. I'm waiting on him, give him a chance to kind of get in contact with me here. I got it set up so he can Skype in on me. If you're trying to find my Skype tray, it's look up under either Cruzian Rum, Cruziaanrum, or look up Modeja Navarro, Modejanavaro on Skype. And link with me. I'm trying to get your Skype because I was going to try to reach out to you, but unfortunately, I am not able to reach out with you. On the other hand, no, we move on until we can get in touch with my man, 50 grand. I'm going to reach out to another person on here, a good friend of mine, Doug Kirk. Doug, if you're on here, let me see what's happening here. Oh, snap. What's this? Oh, this is video message. I'm not trying to do all that. Hang on. I don't want to do video message with him. I'm trying to start a conversation. Doug Kirk. There we go. Let's see if I can get in touch with him Skype-wise. Let's see what happens. Let's see if this goes through with him. Are y'all getting this? Can y'all see? You know what I'm saying? See if Doug will respond. Hopefully he'll pick up. You know what I'm saying? And those of you that don't know, Doug Kirk is the author of the Look For Me series. Okay, so it says he's not online. So that sucks. I was kind of hoping to get in touch with him. I'm going to message him and see what he's talking about here in a minute. Let's check somebody else. See what's up. Let me see. Douglas, get your butt online. The people are watching. I'm live. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Jeffrey Meadows, how you doing, man? Ryu and Ray Price. I got to get an interview with y'all so y'all can tell the world about y'all's movement and everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of what they've done, what they've accomplished. There's my man, Pinnacle Panda. Lori Marshall, how you doing, baby? I need to interview you because of the fact that you are always so supportive of people. You've been supporting people since day one. You remind me of one of our friends that have passed away, our girl Tinkerbell. Y'all know, she I call her Tinkerbell. I forget her real name. It's sad. God rest her soul. But she was also very supportive, man. She's been. I mean, it didn't matter where we was at. She was always doing her thing. Sam Childers, how you doing, brother? So back to what I was saying. Doug Kirk. He's the author of the Look For Me, I Will Find You series. This is book 4. Like I said, I had 1 through 4, but my neighbors are borrowing my books and they refuse to give it back. They love the stories and they won't give me my damn books back. Also, I'm trying to see if I can set up with Trey 500, my man 50 grand. I don't know where he at. Where are you at, Trey? Let me see. Let me try to text him again. Trey, you out there? The people are looking for you. The people are waiting. So he don't seem to be online right now, but you know what I'm saying? My girl Lori says she don't have a Skype. She need to get one or something so we can get in contact so she can contact me. You know what I'm saying? Last night to rehash on what we talked about last night, I had my man Samuel Levon in on his interview, and then I was visited by another good friend of mine, King Kenobi. And we talked about, his up and coming projects that's going on. We've also talked about Samuel Levon and his up and coming projects. I have on my list, I got some other people that we're gonna talk to. We're gonna talk to my man. Where's my list at? We're gonna talk to my man. Oh, it's behind me. Hold up, y'all. Forgive me. Hold on a second. We're gonna talk to my man, 50 grand, Devin White. We're gonna talk about his program he's got going on with ECTC fishing and changing the world starts with you. We're gonna talk about what he's been doing. We got an interview with my man Chris Turner. Chris, Red, what's up, yo? All right, so we've got that going on. So a lot of people that I want to interview. I want to set up another interview with Ray Price and Jeff Meadows, as I mentioned earlier. I'm talking about the movement they're doing with this little boxing thing that they've got going on. They've created this little positive little thing they've got going. So I want to help to bring awareness to that. Also, I want to shout out my man Courtney Lamont Whiteside. Courtney Whiteside, man, congratulations on your endeavors, man. I believe that he was just signed to a label. It's been a long time coming, man, with that young man. He's been busting his butt, working his tail off, trying to get in there, man. He was with Above All Studios, and he ran with the Prodigies and the Network and all them guys. So shout out to them guys for helping him get to where he is today and whatnot. I'm sure he wouldn't have been able to get there if it wasn't for y'all being there with him and having his back. So I want to thank y'all for that also, for having his back and helping him out with that on his hard work. If I'm missing anything, feel free to type in, text in what I'm missing. I got y'all right here. Look, Lori told me to bite her. Lori, come on, where's my love at? Where the love at, Lori? Anyway, so we'll give Trey a couple minutes to kind of tune in and see what's going on with him. He set up this appointment with me, and I'm not sure exactly where he is at, why we're not able to connect at this present time. So, Lori, what are you texting me, girl? What's going on? Huh? All right. While we're on there, then, I'm going to go ahead and get on my soapbox while I'm waiting for people to get on track here. I'm going to get on my soapbox, and we're going to talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get back on the subject about, okay, Lori, get better, and we'll talk soon. I want to get back on the subject of, sorry, we'll talk soon. I want to get back on the subject of friendships, and you know, I didn't really finish. I touched base on that. That's a very long subject, a very sensitive subject, but people need to understand how I feel about friendships, man. I take friendship very serious, man. I consider a lot of people that I've considered friends more like family to me. They know my babies. They've been in and out of my house. People have lived with me, and so on and so forth. And I'm not asking for no handouts. I'm not asking for no awards or rewards or prizes, none of that. But this is what I am asking for. I want understanding. And this ain't just about me. This is about friendships and friends in general, how people treat each other. You know what I mean? Christina Becker, how you doing, baby? Mary Beth, Brennan, I'm not sure who you are, but hey, if I know you, I'm not good with names. I'm better with faces. But if I know you, hey, I'm glad you're on here. Shout outs to you as well. Back to friendships. Listen, y'all, I'm not a wheelchair and I'm not nobody's crutch, man. You know, I've got things going on in my life too. I don't mind being there to help people. I don't mind being there to talk people through things, being there for advice and whatnot. I'm not your therapist. Don't get me mixed up with being your therapist. You know what I'm saying? If for some reason I'm not able to be there to cry on my shoulder, doesn't mean I stop caring about you. Doesn't mean that I turn my back on you during your worst time or whatever you're going on. People get so needy sometimes. They get so clingy they forget. They expect that you got to be there every waking moment for them. And sometimes you just can't afford to do that. And you got to come to terms with that reality and get a grip. Okay? It doesn't mean that your friend has abandoned you or turned their back on you because, you know, they don't care about you in your time of crisis. Listen. A lot of times when you're complaining about stuff, you're not going through no type of crisis. You're just going through something that you yourself won't learn a lesson from. You keep running back to the problem, It's always something going on, and when people give you advice, you don't take the advice, you don't listen, you just listen with your emotions and not your head, not your heart. And I get that. But the problem with that is then the moment that someone isn't available to you or available for you, then you want to go on your tangent and get so mad at that person and then start telling them they don't care, they're a lousy friend, they're this and that and this and this. And I'll tell you what, I got an answer for that very simply put. Two things actually. A, I love it when the trash takes itself out. B, see you later, man. Good riddance. I'm not gonna sit here and cry over you. You know what I mean? If you're gonna take and misunderstand and misrepresent what my friendship is after what I've been for y'all as friends, then you're right. You're absolutely right. You do not need me. Fuck the other way around. You don't need me in your life. I'm gone. Like I keep telling people, if I'm the problem, that's one less problem you got to worry about. And I'm gone, and I'm happy to leave because I don't need a headache. I don't need to be headaches with people's issues. I'm no one's therapist. I'm not getting paid to sit there and for these long, drawn-out conversations that we've had. I do it because I want to. I choose to do it. I love people. I want to help people. I want to see people do better, man. But a lot of times when I'm helping you, I'm taking on your demons. I'm taking on your burden. And then that shit wears me out with the anxiety and stuff I'm dealing with. All the stuff with my turning stomach, flipping heartbeats and all this and that. I got to deal with all that stuff, man. Come on. Cut me some slack too. You know what I'm saying? These one-sided friendships, man, have got to stop. You know what I'm saying? And I just listen. I love people. People know I'm not ever saying that I've never had my falling outs with people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Devin White, Mike Falone, how you doing? I just never, and I'm not saying that I'm Mr. Perfect or anything of that nature, but look, man, the thing is people got to stop being so full of themselves, man, and start considering others whilst people have considered them. You know what I mean? Or consider others as others have considered them, is what I meant to say. You know what I mean? Understand that, look, life does not revolve around you. You know what I mean? Everybody goes through that time. Everybody goes through their bad moments and they really need somebody. And you know, and sometimes you just really do need somebody. But damn, all the time? Every 5 minutes, every week, every time I'm not sitting by the phone waiting for you to call me so I could talk, you know, your head off or you talk my head off all day long. I'm just not. I've got other people. I got little people that rely on me. And if I don't move around, they don't eat or they don't, you know, they don't have what they need. So just understand that. It does not mean that I don't care about you. It doesn't mean that I don't love you. It just means that I've got other things in life going on. Understand that. And get that through your damn thick skull. And also, some of the problems that you're going through, you're bringing on yourself because you won't listen to shit. Every time somebody treats you like crap and abuses you and you keep running back, well, then you like that shit. So that's something you got to work on within yourself. I can't make you stop that if you're just going to keep running back and forth. That's on you. Don't blame me for that. And don't dare throw other problems that are going on in your life on me and saying that I don't care about you, that I've turned my back on you during a crisis in your life. That is a bunch of bullshit. You know better than that. Don't do that. I can't stand when people do that. I can't stand people play the victim. You're not the victim. You caused these problems for yourself. And just because I am not readily available to you 24/7, I'm not a 7-Eleven, okay? I'm not ready for you or readily available to you does not mean that I've turned and just cut off the friendship. Cut that childish bullshit out. Grow the fuck up. Grow some balls. Deal with your own problems sometimes. That's how you gonna get through them. You know what I mean? You gotta face the shit. You gotta face the shit. An alcoholic, you could want them to stop all you want until your eyes fall out of your head and your head blows up. If they don't want to quit and they don't see that what they're doing is a problem, they're never, ever going to change. So I'm through with that. Don't come at me with that bullshit. There's a very simple solution. Like I said, A, I love it when the trash takes itself out. B, if I'm the problem, that's one last problem you got to ever in your life worry about. And C, like I said before, see you later. See you later. I don't need to be that burden for you. See you later. And I'm sure we'll both be better off for it. Because I don't need to take on your demons. I don't need to be headaching over your problems and what you're dealing with. And then you don't even appreciate when I am there for you and everything like that. Listen, my life does not revolve around you. Okay? Get it through your thick skull. If that's what you think friendship is, then you need to look in the mirror. You need to redefine and rediscover the true definition of friendships. Okay? And that's it, and that's all. I'm done on that subject. Next subject. I want to talk about Bill Cosby for 2 minutes. Leave that old man the fuck alone. If Bill Cosby was raping people back in the 60s and 70s with all the racism shit going on, listen, Martin Luther King, like I said before in an earlier soapbox, got killed for preaching love. Who the fuck was Bill Cosby? He was raping all these white women all over the place and all this and that, and nobody said nothing then. He was that dangerous? So if he's that dangerous then, and he's 90 now, you don't think with all the money he got, he ain't got people that can take you off the map still, as long as he's got breath? Listen, stop fucking lying. The man is 90. Leave him the fuck alone. Leave him alone. If you got raped, I hate to hear it. I'm sorry for that, man. But I think that a lot of the problem is a lot of these people are trying to be opportunists, trying to get money, trying to get a name, trying to get a little 5 minutes of fame, and everybody, whoa, it's me. You're making it hard on people that are real victims. People like me won't believe a real victim because you want to sit there and act like a damn victim. We fall for your bullshit, and somebody really gets raped. Now the wolf has been cried too many times, and now we don't give a fuck. You done got raped. Oh, well, we're tired. There's too much other shit going on in this crazy nutso world, man. That people, we don't need, God damn, people will do anything. It used to be, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Now it's, what would you do for attention? Everybody needs attention. Get the fuck out of here with that, man. Real talk. Cut that shit the fuck out. You let that man live to be 100 years old, and now you want to attack him when he's 100? Man, let that shit go. It's over. 50 years ago, you done got raped. Well, guess what, bitch? You done got raped. I'm sorry, man. But that's the thing about it. Listen, I don't give a good goddamn. I'm like this. You rape my wife, and I come at you, and you got goons? I can get guns, too. Come to my house. I dare you. But I'm fighting for my wife. You done raped my wife, nigga. I'm trying to see you. Well, oh, well, whatever it is, it's whatever. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was more than 2 minutes. I'm done now. I'm done with that. I don't want to hear another motherfucking thing. Hoes, stop your motherfucking line. Keep your goddamn story straight. One story to the next. 1 minute he forced pills down my throat. The next minute he gave pills to me. He forced a drink down my throat. He offered me a drink. And then he told me, how can a man rape you and he's telling you he putting the damn kicker in the damn drink? Get your stories together, man. So if you drunk the shit and he told you he put a kicker in that motherfucker, then you wanted to be kicked and you wanted to suck some dick and get fucked. That's the problem that's going on, and people are overlooking that shit. Don't overlook the facts. Again, I'm going too far with this story, man. Leave that old man the fuck alone. He did a lot of good. If he did rape y'all, well, I mean, it's 50 years later. What the fuck you want us to do about it now? You know what I'm saying? It's either, it looks like you wanted that shit. It looks like you wanted to get raped or something. I mean, come on. I don't give a flying fuck. Stop it. Stop with the bullshit. Somebody rape you, call. Call for help. Get the help you need right then and there. I know there are some special cases, and I'm not being, insensitive to those special cases. What I'm talking to, who I'm talking to, and what I'm talking about are those people that are causing such commotion, and they're full of fucking shit. They're lying, and they're trying to ruin lives just to create an opportunity for themselves to get attention, get money, get notoriety, get all this shit, and try to be some hero. Okay? Those people are fucking wrong. Because in the meanwhile, there are people that are really getting raped. There are people that are getting abducted. There's all sorts of crazy shit going on. And then we don't listen to their stories. So now their stories go unheard. And they're real victims. So that's my piece on that. What's next? And then I'll try, see if I can get in touch with Doug Kirk again. So we touched on Doug's books again. Look him up. Douglas Kirk. Okay, this Douglaskirk. His books are the Look For Me, I Will Find You. So it's www.lookformeiwillfindyou.com. Okay, check out the books, man, and and feel free to log into his page and become like a member or whatever he's got going on. The books are phenomenal. They're wonderful. I think that you'd be surprised. For those of you that love stories, that have a sick, twisted, mind fuck story, backstory to it, futuristic shit, kind of time traveling type shit. There's all kinds of amazing things going on in these stories. Check them out. Also, look out for Samuel Childers, aka Samuel Levon. His new track, Busy. Check him out, follow him, and stream him on Spotify. Look him up on YouTube, Facebook, everything Samuel Levon. And you'll find him. Look up King Kenobi, KYNGKENOBE, on Instagram, Reverb Nation, YouTube, Facebook, and so on and so forth. Please follow these guys. Check these guys out. Chris Red Turner. We're gonna shout him out here. We're gonna. I shouted him out, but I'm saying we're gonna interview him here. I believe coming Saturday. So tune in on that and see his movement, follow his movement. He's another good friend of mine from years back. We go back a couple years, man. It's been a while, Chris. Salute you. Again, to touch up on Courtney Whiteside. Again, congratulations on your endeavors and your accomplishments, and also your being signed to a label. From what I'm hearing through the grapevine, I'd love to kind of chat with you on that and kind of let people become aware of that more in the circle and everything like that. So congrats on that. If you ain't doing anything, man, come check out the home games with the big Bevo Ballers, I call them. But the Bevo Ballers tailgate party, man. Check out my man Craig White. He's a friend of mine on my Facebook. Craig White, Kreg White, White, like the color white. Check him out. Come out, man. Celebrate the Longhorns. For all you Longhorn fans out there, man, I think it's a couple dollars to get in. It's all you can eat, all you can drink, man. You watch the game. You got the games. You got everything going on out there. If usually there's a big fight going on, like a UFC fight or something, usually has those too, man. Tons of fun. I do the footage on those things, and I cover that stuff. So be sure to tune in on that as well. Show up, show love, man. Okay, so 500. I don't know where my man is at, man. I'm going to try to see if I can get in touch with Doug Kirk one more time, one more again. And then I guess that my interview slot today has become open. So hopefully if anybody has the opportunity to, so we're going to try to, we're trying Doug Kirk. Maybe we can kind of get a hold of him. Let me see if he responds. So he's not online. I don't know why he wouldn't be online. He was just online on Facebook. So he's not online, so I don't know what the heck is going on. Let me message him and see what's going on here, because I have no idea where we were just talking to him. Lori, weren't we just talking to him? I could have swore wasn't he talking about some thing about eating or something, Lori? You were there. I don't know what's going on. Cindy Gray, how you doing, baby girl? I hope you guys liked y'all's pictures. Also, I forgot to shout out my man Lawrence Arduin, aka LA Creative Kitchens, man. He's doing this thing. Got a great barbecue sauce. He's a real chef, man. Y'all check him out. So it's Lawrence Arduin, Ardoin. He's on Facebook as well. Check him out, man. I mean, there's too many people got stuff going on, but we gonna shout everybody out, man. I don't care how you slice it. We're going to shout everybody out. Shout outs to my girl, Lauren J. Reed. Everybody knows Lauren Reed. I don't care how you slice it. This girl's always been showing off her art, her Indian clothing line that she makes and sews herself. She's also a musician. She's an actress, a model, very good looking girl. A beautiful person inside and out, man. Prayers to you with the little skin cancer thing you've been dealing with. I hope that everything clears up. I hope that you're okay and you've been taking care of it early enough where it doesn't become anything life-threatening or serious. So that's Lauren J. Reed. Y'all check her out. She's on Facebook on everything too, man. Hit her on IG or Instagram at Lauren J. Reed. Look her up, man. Follow her, man. Show some love. George Corbin, a.k.a. Von Doom. He's out there doing his thing. We got Texana Entertainment, Texana boys out there. Above all, they're out there doing their thing. Like I mentioned earlier, we got Mingo TV. We got JC TV. We got Dominique Simone doing her thing, shouting out a bunch of people. There's a lot of movement, y'all. Everybody eat. Check out the t-shirts. I did some prototype t-shirt, front and back with a lot of people's names that I've tagged and shout out. Speffy Walker, shout outs to you. Legarius Miller, aka Marcel Livins, shout outs to you. My man 7 Militia, shout outs to you. Trey 5, we can get a hold of you. It'd be nice for the people to hear. But here it is right here, y'all. This is the, let me see if I can get this thing off the damn. So here it is, y'all. This is the shirt. It's got all the names. Devin White, Craig White, Samuel Levon, Dean Campbell, Keith Farrington, a.k.a. Chaotic, King Kenobi, Pinnacle Panda, Douglas Kirk, Lauren J. Reed, Cornian Bailey, 7 Militia, Trey 5, the Gardner Road G's, the Prodigies, the Network, Above All Entertainment, Texana, Speffy Walker, Chris Turner, Ray Price, Jeffrey Meadows, Deborah Adams, George Von Doom, Legarius Miller, a.k.a. Marcel Livins, Lori Marshall, Sherry Sullivan, Sammy Said Chef, JC TV, Mingo TV, Dominique Simone, Courtney Lamont Whiteside, my man K.O. Kendricks, and Alan T. Starling. If I missed anybody, please let me know so I can plug y'all in on this. This is a prototype. I hope y'all like it, man. Cop one. I'm going to give the website. It's www.honestthinkingshirts.com. It's honest with one T. HONESTHINKING shirts.com. Or you can go https://honestthinkingshirts.com. Kelly Jones, how you doing? Tiffany Dixon, what's up with y'all? How y'all doing? Glad to have you on here. So there's a lot of moving parts, and we're going to get it all settled. But right now, it's a whirlwind of stuff going on. I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited. Hey, y'all want to call Trey? Let's see if he pick up. Let's see if he pick up. I wonder if he's going to pick up. I don't know what he's doing. But let's see if he pick up. But anyway, while we're waiting to see if he pick up, like I said, we got a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, it's all gonna settle. But in the meantime, I'm ecstatic about this whirlwind of things going on. It keeps me on my toes. Yeah, so he's not reachable. So I don't know what's going on with my man Trey. He just kind of fell asleep. He probably went to sleep. Who knows? He was up all night parlaying last night. So let me see. And Doug Kirk ain't responding. I'm not sure what's going on with Doug Kirk. That don't make no sense, Doug. That don't make no damn sense. Where are you at? What's going on? I got my man Devin White. Let's try Devin White. Let's see what Devin White talking about, y'all. It's my man Devin White. Maybe we'll holler at him and see what he talking about. Devin White.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? Turn on your video so the people can see your face, man. I got a camera on the screen looking at you. Let's see your face. There he is. Look at this handsome young man. Now, I know this young man for some years. This is my man, 50 Grand, Devin White. He's the founder of ECTC Fishing Club, part of the Elizabethtown Community College, Technical Community College. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I said the name right, but he's doing that. So tell us, man. Tell the people watching. We got camera one on you, man, right here. So I'm gonna bring in a zoom here. Let me zoom in a little bit on you, brother. Hold on, y'all. Forgive me here for the little stutter. All right, so get on the camera. Get on the camera and tell us about your ECTC and also the CTYS. Why that thing? Changing the world starts with you. Go ahead.
All right. So first of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in this beautiful world we live in today. My name is Devin White. I'm currently going to Elizabethtown Community Technical College in Kentucky, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. The ECC Fishing Club was a dream that me and Mo had a little while ago, back when we were in Austin, Texas. Ripping lists is what we called it. We would fish for hours upon end. I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually about to go in a minute. I got to see some buddies and stuff, but I got a little time to talk to you guys. But the ECTC Fishing Club was founded, of course, by me. They had a bass fishing club at first, but actually, I'm watching it.
What you got? Look. Multitasking. Look at this guy. Triple threat guy.
Sorry about that. So,
oh, by the way, I got to plug in my Steelers. Go ahead.
I see you.
Got to plug in the Steelers. Yeah. That for all the Dallas fans over here. Devin White for all them Dallas fans over there.
So, first of all, Mo, I appreciate you having me on the show. I mean, it means a lot to me. I know we used to kick it like all the time and stuff, man. So, of course, I miss y'all up in Kentucky and everything. But getting back to the fishing club was more than just a fishing club. I wanted people to understand that our waterways are important to us in more ways than one. I mean, I can't tell you how important. I mean, drinkable water. I mean, there's so many different things to it. I mean, we do a lot of lake cleanup. That's my main mission, is to teach people how to fish and teaching the way, of how we used to produce fish and catch fish, and teaching the ways that that I was taught and passed down to me from my dad and grandparents and stuff like that. But not only that, just to teach them how to conserve our environment. A lot of times people, they either overfish or they throw trash in the water and stuff like that, and they don't even think about it. You know, they say it's somebody else's job to clean it up, or somebody else to do it. You know, that's what the jailers are for in a sense. But the main thing I want people to understand is that if we don't take action now, it's only going to get worse.
Right.
You know, I mean, just every time you throw something into the water, whether it's a battery, whether it's a chemical, you dump chemicals on the land somewhere, all that gets into our water systems and stuff like that. You know, and then eventually you're going to drink it. You know, or you don't drink it, but your kids drink it. You know, that battery that you're doing, 15 years ago, thinking, I'm just going to throw it in here, who cares, or a quart of oil or whatever. That may not affect you, but it will affect your kid, you know what I'm saying? So you may see your kid suffer from
Well, shit, a lot of that stuff's affecting us now.
What's that?
I said a lot of that stuff's starting to affect us now, slowly but surely. A lot of that stuff's getting in. They're finding people with heart medication in their water and period particles and stuff like that from tampons and stuff. That's just nasty, bro. You know what I'm saying? Damn, we're gonna run out of water to drink here soon. Yeah, it's real. It's serious.
Like in some of the places, like what happened with the oil fields and stuff, that like I've seen videos that show you have people that turn the water on, they put a lighter to it, and it catches on fire. That's crazy that you would drink something like that, and the amount of lead in the water too is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But we're trying to pair up. We were actually working with the Corps of Engineers, and down here at Nolan Lake, and working with them doing lake clips and stuff like that, just to start it off. I mean, we want to do the whole state eventually maybe even the whole world. There's a lot of people out there that's doing that right now. I think it's Oceans for Us. I can't remember, but I've been trying to get a hold of him. He does a lot of stuff like that, where he goes to the lakes or the oceans and picks up bottles out of the ocean, plastic bottles, and makes bracelets out of them. It's really cool. I haven't had a chance to get one yet, but I do plan on getting one to support the movement. I'm like, I mean, there's people out there that have the same ideas as you. We should have to reinvent the world and make things better,
Absolutely.
But that's as far as the fishing club and stuff goes. They said we're doing stuff in the community. To me, community is everything. If you don't have community, you don't have a college, or you just have a college, and nobody really wants a college. You got to have a community base. So, as far as changing the world starts with you goes, another thing I started up 2010ish. I mean, seeing everything that was happening back in 2010, it really much hasn't changed yet, and it's sad that it hasn't. But of course, whenever you're looking for change, you can't expect dramatic change all at one time. Change like that happens over a time period.
Right.
Not to throw slavery, for example, but slavery didn't just stop in 1 year. It took a long time for that to happen. But now we look at it now. We can say back then it was bad. Of course it's bad. It was bad now, but it's better than what it was. So that's just how I feel about that. I started changing the world starts with you because I needed people to understand that it's a self thing. Like you have to work on it yourself. You can't sit back and watch and say, "Well, I'm not like that because I don't view them that way." But if you don't help out a situation, you're just as bad as the cause of it.
Exactly.
They call it the Good Samaritan Act. I'm a criminal justice major, so I'll be graduating hopefully next summer with my associates, and then going to get my bachelor's and so on and so on. But if you don't stop and help out a victim in distress, you can get charged for the same crime. And we need to have that as a global standard. If we don't do something to help our brother out, whether white, black, Mexican, whatever, if we see they're in need and we don't help them out, then that's our fault.
Right.
And in a time if we have to take ourselves out of the context of it. So just because I'm black, do I believe that all black lives matter, or do I believe all white lives matter, or just the movement in itself? Not necessarily. Because in some cases, when we see video where a cop tells a black person or somebody to do something and they don't do it and they end up getting shot, well, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, it's my life on the line too. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm a commercial major, so I'm pursuing a career in the commercial field, and I actually did a training that was really cool. It really brought my eyes into what cops deal with. I mean, we can sit behind a computer or a phone and say, "Oh man, that cop is wrong. That cop is wrong. He should have shot that guy. He didn't even have a gun." Well, at the sense of that, I don't know if you have a gun. If I tell you keep your hand in your pocket, you're making me nervous. Why are you going in your pocket for? I've already asked you for your ID. I've already asked you for the vacation. So if you don't follow those steps, and I'm not saying that all cops are good. I'm not saying all cops are bad. But what I am saying is this, okay? Cops are people, and people are good and bad, okay? So I'm going to leave that at that. But as far as the Changing the World page, please follow it. Check it out. I need to start posting a little bit more. There's a ton of information on there about what we do. My goal is to get people talking. This exact same thing right here is what we're doing. We want to incorporate people from all different realms of the world and talk about problems that they're having and and figure it out. I mean, a lot of the time that we have the discrimination and the misunderstandings of people was because we don't talk. Like, if I have a problem with you, Mo, and I don't say anything about it, but every time you come around, I'm just like, you know, I'm, this dude, man, I tell you what, you can be like, what did I do? You know, like, you have no reason to be mad at me if you don't tell me.
Right.
You know, and a lot of it's either it's passed down from generation to generation, or self-taught, or the media shows something on the news about X, Y, and Z, or Donald Trump, or police shootings, or whatever the case is, or right now it's just whatever it is.
Right.
The problem is we have to talk to one another. We're our brother's keepers. So if we don't talk to one another, how do they expect us to understand what they're going through?
Absolutely.
You know, if I got a hurt leg and we're about to run a race, and I'm your what's it called, where you tie your legs together and stuff like that?
Bondage.
What's it called?
Bondage or something?
Yeah. You know, you tie your leg together and you hop, whatever, you know.
I know. Yeah.
So if my leg is hurt, you know, if my leg is hurt and I don't tell you that, and we're running this race and you're mad at me for something, I'm like, well, I can't keep up with you because of something that happened to me in the past.
Yeah.
So, and let that set in for a second, okay? I want you guys to simmer on that. So if I'm thinking about something that happened in the past, or I'm hurt by something that happened in the past, I can't move with the same run with you because I'm hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that could be emotional, physical, spiritual. I'm hurting. So if I don't communicate with you and you don't ask me, then we'll never solve that problem.
Right.
We're just going to be arguing and fighting the whole time. So with Change the World with You, it's a way to get people thinking. It's a way to get people to say, okay, listen, all right, I know I grew up as a black male. I can't change the way that I grew up.
Right.
But you grew up as a white male. So tell me what you think differently, or why you think this way about this, or why do you feel that way about the Confederate flag, or why do you think the Black Panther Party movement is a terrorist group? You know, like explain to me why. Because if we can understand one person, if we can communicate with one person, that person will communicate with another person, and then the snowball effect comes in. It's the rain before the flood, or how do you say it?
It's always the trickle before the flood.
Trickle before the flood.
Yeah. So,
and sometimes it seems better coming from a black person to a black person, white person, because of the what they call white guilt. And I've experienced a lot of that talking to white people because they feel that they're automatically responsible for something that happened in the past and they're not. Yeah. But like I said, if you don't talk about it, if you don't be that corrective action now, then you just like it because you're not doing necessary steps to combat that. So I'm telling you, I need help, and you're not willing to help me, and you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not pointing fingers saying you're bad because you're white, you're bad because you're Mexican, and none of that stuff. It's about coming together and being unity. America, that's what makes America great, is because a great trait of America is because the fact that we can all come together and help each other out. Right. We all have the same goal, is to have the same rights, be created equal, and have the freedom of speech and all of our freedoms and amenities that are given to us by God's birth, or that He blessed us with, you know, to be born in this great country.
Yeah.
So that's just a little.
Well, that's another subject. That's another subject. The thing with the white guilt and all that. You know, it's the white guilt and the black expectation is what I call it. The black people on that side expect that, you know, after all you did to us, you owe us this. I think we need to get over that and just accept that, listen, man, it was a fucked up thing we went through, but for us to move forward, we're going to have to bite down on that and let that ride. And white folk have to get over that they're entitled to everything. Those that act like that think that they're the pure race, they're the this, that. And I kind of touched on that the last time with the whole race. There's the end all be all race. You know, they think you got to cut that stuff out. You're not entitled. This planet is just as much our planet as it is yours. This is just as much our home as it is yours. And they got to cut that stuff out. They really need to let that stuff go. The ones that think like that. Not every white person thinks like that. Not every black person thinks like that. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But the thing of it is, I think we need to just cut that shit out, man, and just accept the fact that we're all here in this country. Blacks, whites, natives, native Indians, Mexicans, whatever. We're all here, and that's what makes this culture. That's what makes this culture. It's mixed. It's the melting pot. That's what they called it back when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, I get that, man. I follow that, but that's a long story. There's a lot of people that don't want to let go of that. They don't want to let go of that. You know what I'm saying? They you know, they feel like if they let go of this pride, this ego, this thing, they're gonna lose something. You're not gonna lose nothing. What are you gonna lose? There's nothing to lose. It's a country. It's a society where we all live here, and we can all benefit from it, and we can all move forward in a positive way on it. And it doesn't have to be, well, if we don't own it, then it's just going to be all screwed up. If we let it go, they're going to all ruin it. No, that's not what's going to happen.
I think a lot of it has to do with this four-letter word, not call love, but call fear. When people are afraid of something, they tend to shy away from it, or be more aggressive toward it, or what's another word for it, or be resistant to it because they're afraid of it. They don't know what's going to happen.
Well, let's address that fear real quick. What are we afraid of? You can't say you're afraid of black people. You might just be afraid of what you did to black people, that they might come back on you. Now, what are we afraid of? But like I said, I know a lot of white people that aren't afraid of black people like that, because they're like, look, man, I didn't do that. I'm cool with black people. I got black friends. I got black family. Shit, my girlfriend's black. My kids are half black. And you know them white people. And they ain't walking around like they're scared. They're chilling just like that. They're in and out of the hood like everybody else. So it just depends on
See,
what are you afraid of?
That we have to, as a whole culture, is accept, because of that not everybody's the same as that. Nobody had the same experience as that. I mean, there's all people say, left or right. We've all had our far spectrums of whether it's bad blacks and bad whites. I mean, you have to take that in consideration. But the thing that gets me is that they take the bad blacks and they represent the whole black community. When you have bad whites in the same thing. I mean, I just wrote a paper about this exact same topic for my commercial pad. It was 10 pages, so I had to do a lot of research and stuff about it. But the crimes are similarly equal. I mean, they use these global stats to compare us to. I mean, we're minorities in this whole race right now. We're minorities, so minorities is a minute, it's small compared to the majority of the population, which is white. So you're telling me that blacks commit the same amount of crime as white people do, and we're 12% of the population? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's one thing I never studied about most is the statistics. I mean, that's a whole other topic for another day, and we'll cover that another time.
Yeah.
But it's like we have to be able to be that change that we want to see. All in all, I mean, because we have things against us, and I know people say, well, we've been holding us back. Well, it's not even holding us back, but if I only showed you the bad side of Madeja Navarro and the rap sheet that he has, or rap sheet that I have, or whatever, that people don't know about, then it's like, every time I lie to somebody, or back when I was a child, whatever the case is, if I only showed you that part of me, then you're not going to expect anything good from me, because you're going to see that black guy Devin that did something wrong, or that guy's a liar, that guy's a thief, that guy's a thug, that guy's mischievous. You know what I'm saying? So in order for us to move forward, we have to be able to show people, Americans, that exact same thing that they see is not all of us that are the same. You know what I'm saying? Because we can turn around and say the same thing. We see the white nationalists, the Ku Klux Klan, all that, but we don't.
What's that? Antifa? What do they call them? Antifa or Antifa or whatever they call it?
Antifa.
Yeah, all them guys. Them
group.
Yeah.
So it's wrong for us to do that, but it's okay for them to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we have to come to understanding and say, okay, listen, all right, I'm not gonna watch these type of TV shows. I'm not gonna support these type of networks because they do this stuff. And we know who they are. I'm not gonna call them out, but we know who they are. I can't remember the guy's name, but he always cracked me up and said, "I'm pretty sure I speak on behalf of all white people." I'm like, that's saying like me saying that. I'm pretty sure I speak on all white people. Like, who gives me the credit to say that you speak on behalf of all white people? They're gonna be like, whoa,
or the authority,
yeah. Or all Mexicans, or all people with dreadlocks, or all people with fingernails. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't put yourself in a situation like that, because then if you have the media platform to change things, you can. However, though, if you have a media platform to damn things, you can damn them too as well, and then the damnation. So you have to be able to understand that when you see something so many times, it becomes real. Whether it's not. If you walk in a room and you think you see a ghost every time, you're like, ghosts are real. Yeah. It's just a shadow, So you have to be careful. People always tell me perception is always reality, and I'd say that's one of the biggest misconceptions you can say, because just because you see it doesn't mean that it's real.
Right.
You have to. There's different ways to prove that something exists, and not just by seeing it. Our eyes see things that are different colors, that the world flipped upside down. I mean, it's a lot to it with just our little eyes that we see.
Right.
So.
And for those of y'all, just real briefly, those of y'all tuning in, I see a lot of my friends on there. I see my man Bobby Chasin, my neighbor, Rick Cornejo, Derek Burris, all y'all that's tuning in. I'm over here online with my man 50 Grand, Devin White. and we're talking about a movement that he's been doing for a couple years now, about 8 years, called "Changing the World Starts with You." And he also hosts and has produced and founded the ECTC Fishing Club that he's doing out in Kentucky. That's where he's at, where he goes to school and resides at. He's a Texas native, but he goes to school out there, so he's been doing that. And so just to kind of catch you up on that, and all the subjects that he talks about that a lot of people want to talk about, but nobody really is comfortable talking about, And my slogan, you think it, I say it. So, you know what I mean? Y'all are thinking it, and people want to talk about it, but they just don't talk about it because they're uncomfortable. It makes them feel uneasy. I'm going to talk about it because, listen, I think we need to talk about it. No, I didn't say fight. I said talk. Let's talk about it.
Not argue.
Not argue. Well, you can argue. Arguing is good. People give the wrong misconception that arguing is bad. No, arguing is only bad when the other person doesn't want to hear your side of the story. Then it becomes, then it's not, it's a screaming contest. But in an argument, the real definition of argument is two different points of view, and you come together with something in the middle. I've said my piece. You said your piece. We've heard each other. And now we can come up with something in the middle, of compromise that we can both agree on, and we're both feel like we've been validated, we've both been heard. That's a good, healthy argument. All the stuff that people call arguing is not arguing. I'm screaming hurtful things at you. I'm pissed off at you. I want to choke the shit out of you. You likewise to me, and shit. That's just a verbal fight. Now you're fighting. So no, that's not good. But in this situation, man, we're just talking about what's going on and just our points of view. Again, these are our points of view on what's going on. And, like I said, our points of view are ours. You have your points of view, so share it with us. Like I keep telling people, give me your 2 cents. All right? So I saw my girl Rhonda Martin on there. Hey, Rhonda, what's up? So yeah, man, and by the way, I want to thank you for being able to get on here last minute. I was supposed to have my interview with my man Trey 5. You remember Trey 5 from San Antonio? He was supposed to be here. I mean, then I tried to get in touch with Doug, and I don't know. I lost Doug. He was online with me, leaving messages about that thing I posted. By the way, did you see your name on the shirt, the prototype shirt?
Yes,
Top
did.
name, yeah.
Like that. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So,
I did.
like I said, it's everybody eats, and I want to see a lot of people wearing those shirts, man. I think that's a good thing. Invest in that, man. I think it's worth it, man. What it does is it just reminds you that somebody sees you. Me, yeah. I see you, and if I mean anything to you, fine. If I don't, whatever. But then if other people are seeing that, they see you. So how many people see you? Now you're seen. Now do something with it. I'm trying to get people a window to be seen, and then an open doors for them to get heard. And now you get heard. Now people can hear your music. They can see your movement. Hey, man, what's up with who are these people? What do they do? Well, look them up. Look them up. Now people are checking you out. They're looking you up. They're checking you out. And then now you're an object that's not standing still. You're moving around in a positive light. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's the mission. Everybody eats. It's not about food. It's about everybody getting an opportunity to be seen, be heard, and to move. You know what I mean? So who we got? We got Esther Beleza. Esther, is that you from, oh my gosh, from 2011? What's up, girl? Beautiful girl, Esther.
I'm gonna have to leave, and I gotta go. My friends are outside. But
you gotta go outside.
Last thing,
okay.
Let everybody else know. Please check me out. Changing the World Starts with You.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys like to fish, like the outdoors, or even just love to see movement happening and changing the world and people doing good stuff in the world, please check out my fishing club page. It's ECC Fishing Club.
Right.
I want to do a shout out to my school, Elizabethtown Community Technical College. I'm actually in Louisville right now. I came up here for a conference called Government's 32nd Annual Kentucky Personal Cabinet Government Equal Employee Opportunity Diversity and Leadership Conference, and I've been learning a lot of stuff. You guys can see my school name badge, my badge for the conference.
Student governor.
Really great thing. Yeah, really great thing that they have going on here and stuff. It talks about a lot about diversity, a lot about leadership, and being able not to have that bias of pain about things that we're used to saying.
Right.
But guys, unfortunately, I have to run off of here.
We appreciate your time. Thank you for popping on here.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do this again for sure. Like I said, a lot of stuff we got to talk about and a lot of change we have to have in the world. So my slogan to always stay with is life is what you make it, so make it something special. You know, we only have one life to live, so be the change you want to see. So
let's do it. I love it. Yeah, man. Thank you again for stopping in. You jumped ahead of the schedule a little bit, but that's all right. We're glad to have you, and we'll definitely talk again some more. So y'all tune in next time on that. I'm gonna try to see. Doug's been buzzing me in here, so I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with him. But Devin, love you, man. Take care of yourself. Say hi to your mom for me, man. We'll talk
We'll
soon.
do. You guys take care.
All right,
Thanks, you
brother.
guys.
Later, later. Bye. All right, so now let's try Doug Kirk, y'all. Let's see what he's talking about. He hit me up, so I'm gonna check him out. He just left a message, I believe. So I'm gonna start a conversation with Doug Kirk. Let's see what's happening. Here he is. Let me see. I'm gonna try him again and see what's up. And he better answer this time, or I'm done. I don't know what's going on with him and all that. I should have messaged him first though, so he could know. Hang on. Let me message him first. He's not gonna pick up 'cause I don't think he knows that I'm trying to reach out to him. Where is he at? All right. Here we go. Let's see what's going on here. So I'm gonna message him and see what he's talking about. Hey dude, answer your Skype. Trying to reach you. Oh, trying to reach you. Spelled reach wrong. Look at that. Damn near 50 and I can't spell. All right, so let's see what he says. He's online, so let's see. He should he saw it, so let's see. Answer your Skype. Or we could do it on here. Damn, I can't spell for nothing today, man. Let's see what he says. So he's responding. And again, y'all, this is Doug Kirk. Sorry on my YouTube that y'all can't really see who I'm talking to. It's on my other camera right here, my phone camera. This camera's not getting it. I'm going to do some stuff with my camera. I'll try again, see what happens. So he's trying to get through. So let's see. Let me see what's going on here. I don't know what the heck is going on here with this Skype. So he's saying that his Skype is set up, but it's not going through. It's waiting for him to accept my invite. Here we go. So now I have him. Okay, so I had the wrong one. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this? All right. So let me see if he picks up. Are you gonna pick up? What's going on here, buddy? You gonna pick up? What's going on here, buddy? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Hey, dude. Answer your Skype. I'm all texting all crazy. Yeah, I see you, man, but here we go. Now you're messing. Well, answer. Isn't this crazy, y'all? Everybody want to interview, but nobody want to answer. Am I missing something? Oh, and for the girl that I missed there, I couldn't remember her name. My old girl, Allison. Lil Allie. That was her name. And for those of y'all that remember her, she passed away about a year or so ago. And yeah, she was also a very supportive person. All right, let's see what he says. Okay, so yeah, she was also a very supportive person, and you know, God rest her soul. I hope she's much better where she's at. But she was very supportive. She was at every event. All right, so I'm back. What's happening? So I don't know. The Skype thing is not working for my man Doug. I have no idea what's going on with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to video message Doug and see what happens here, y'all. So bear with me. Hey Tessa, what's up, girl? You just missed it. I was talking to our boy Devin. So let's see what happens here. I'm on the phone, my man Doug Kirk here. Supposed to be talking to my man Trey 500. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with him. Why I have not been able to reach him or contact him. So I guess we'll figure that out. I don't know what's going on with him. Why I have not been able to reach him Doug Kirk? Or contact him. So I guess we'll figure that out. I don't know what's going on with him. Why I have not been able to reach him or contact him.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I also hear my stuff repeating. Click the little camera button.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I also hear my stuff repeating. Click the little camera button.
I'm looking for it.
There's a lot of feedback too. Y'all stand by. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to see what's happening. What's going on with the connection here with me and Doug. It's a first for everything, you know. So we're putting it all together. Y'all stand by. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to see what's happening. What's going on with the
press record.
The connection here with me and Doug. It's a first for everything, you know. So. Do you not see the little camera that's on there? There's a little camera that's on. You can click on that. And what's up with the feedback? What's that about? You want to try calling me and see what happens? That's on there. There's a little camera that's on.
No, I did click on that. Nothing's happening.
All right, try calling me. Try calling me, and I'll
try the Skype again. Try the Skype.
All right, I'll try the Skype again. All right, sorry, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, fellas. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying here to see what's going on with this. I don't know what's going on. Not had this problem ever before, but it's the first time for everything. So.
All right, I'll try the Skype again. Hey, Test, are you there?
I hear you. I can't see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellas. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying here to see what's going on with this. I don't know what's going on.
I'm getting a lot of feedback.
All right, I'm going to try to work on the feedback. Is that better? Can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you click your camera button so I can see you, so the people can see you? I got cameras on you, so we can see you.
Yeah, my camera's on. I don't know why. Stand by. Stand by.
There we go. There we go.
Do you see me?
We all see you. Everybody sees you. All right, Doug, wave to the people. Tessa Capers.
Wait a minute. How did you get this number? Look, can you check this out?
It's kind of blocky. The Mega Millions, huh?
Well, I just won $1 billion.
If you won $1 billion, man, we'd be at the hospital down there in Canyon Lake resuscitating you.
Well, that's been the problem. You see, I just won the billion, but I don't know how to go collect it.
Right.
Look at this. It says right here, it says $904,900,000 cash option. So you want to go with me to pick this up? Because I'm ready to start spending it.
Man, if that shit was real, bro, we would be down there. I would run to Canyon Lake, dude. I need the cardio anyway. So anyway, I'm just joined here with my man Doug Kirk. We finally got the connection together. This is Doug Kirk, the my esteemed colleague and writer of the book Look for Me. I've been showing it left and right. I only have book 4. He already knows. My neighbors refuse to give it back. They've been passing it back and forth. I let one neighbor, then she let her mom read. They've read, now her neighbor's reading. The books are all over the place. So I can't be mad at them. They're being practical. They're being smart. Instead of paying for the books, they hey, you're finished? There, let me read it. So how can you be mad with that? But anyway, so Doug, introduce yourself and tell the people how to contact you and what it is that you are about. What do you do? Go.
Well, first of all, I want to know how you got this number. That's a little running joke that Mo and I have had for a while. You know, he'll call me up and I'll say, "How'd you get this number?"
How'd you get this number? Who's this?
Well, one of these days when we're both rich and famous, we're going to keep using that, you know.
Butt naked in Tahiti somewhere. Hello?
We'll be sitting on the beach, you know, and somebody will bring us a drink with that umbrella in it, and I'll say, "How'd you get this number? Where are you at?"
Mo, I thought you quit drinking. In Tahiti, you know, it's not the same thing.
So no, I'm not gonna plug my books. You've been doing that. Hey, I just finished book number 9. Can you believe that?
Man.
Book number 9.
So this is the 9th book anniversary?
Well, about 3 days ago. So yeah. And I'm really stoked about it because the story continues. It just gets better and better.
By the way, Cornian Bailey's just chimed in. You remember Cornian? He asked, "Is that the main man? Are you the main man?"
No, you're the main man.
I'm the main man. Heck no. Who's that beautiful blonde behind you? Is that Lexi Knight? She's kind of a celebrity, her.
One of the photos that you and I shot. You were with me on that shoot, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, way back out there, man. At your buddy's ranch out there, and those old collectible cars.
Yeah, that was a 1933 delivery van, and he let us use that. We went and set up and had a good session, and we made a poster out of that particular photo.
Yes, very nice photo there. So go on, tell the people about yourself and kind of what a little bit of your beginnings, how it all came to be with the book writing and the film and stuff. And you've been around for some time, so.
The beginning is my mom and dad got together. And,
oh Lord God!
Hey,
cut the college years.
Night in Alaska.
Let's jump to the college years. By the time you're done, these young people, gonna be your damn age right there.
I was born in Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm not dead yet. That's my bio.
That's the bio. Is that what you're sticking with?
That's it. You know, when I'm dead, I'll come back and speak with you and let you know that I died.
So let's talk a little bit more about this book. Look for Me, I Will Find You. I know I've been kind of broadcasting it around a little bit, but now to hear it from the horse's mouth, let's talk about this a little bit. The people want to know. I know these women want to know, what's this love story about? You know, it's kind of a sick, twisted love story, mindfuck, wonderful thing, all these emotions all at once. So I kind of want the people, the viewers, and my phone keeps chiming and ringing, man. People have been clicking in all over the place, and so go.
Well, you know, it's funny that we're talking tonight because October 24th, 2008 is when we first had the first encounter in a local cemetery, and it was as a result of that encounter that I came up with the idea for the book series. And the encounter, you can actually go to Monkey Doodle Cartel, which is my YouTube channel, and you can see the videotape that we made relative to that encounter. And this is where somebody I was working with as a model actually sensed an entity in the cemetery. And, you know, I'm a skeptic. I didn't see anything. I didn't feel anything. But as a result of that encounter, when I was packing up my stuff, you know, photographers, they like to pack up their own stuff. They don't want any help. They, you know, people say, hey, can I help you? And you say, no, I want to put my stuff. This item goes in that pocket. That item goes in that pocket. So while I was doing that, this lady, she pointed her flashlight around the cemetery, and she said, you know, Doug, these people aren't dead. And I thought, okay, that's pretty interesting. What do you mean by that? And she said, these grave markers only represent one of their many lives. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. I went home that night, October 24, 2008, and I sat down and I wrote about 2 pages of notes for an idea that eventually became the Look For Me series. And then I wrote 4 books, what I call season 1, based upon that idea. And then a year or 2 went by, and then I wrote 4 more books, which I call season 2. And season 2 was more of the historically accurate stuff relative to what we think was a tragic murder that took place on September 5th, 1899.
Right.
Now, season 1 doesn't address that. Season 2 does. And then season 3, which book 9 and whatever I'm going to write after that, is going to be another departure. So it's another trip into the paranormal.
Right.
This whole thing is kind of a psychological, spiritual thriller. And when you start reading it, Mo, I know you were telling me, man, you get to the end of a chapter and say, boy, that was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It was up and down, up and down. And when you're in book number, what, 4, 3,
Yeah,
4? I
4.
can't remember.
Book 4.
Book 4.
Yeah.
So, you know, as the series goes on, I think you can attest it gets better and better. Is that what you would say?
Absolutely. And it does get better and better. I mean, it got to the point where me dealing with my anxiety, remember, I had to tone it down a little because my anxiety was acting up, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't understanding, but as I began to understand, my anxiety began to be at ease. So, and now I'm able to really enjoy these books once I begin to learn a different perspective on what people perceive death to be, if you will. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah. So
well, and you know, I have a friend who lives in Croatia, and she's in book number 6 now, and she said, well, you've been calling these a love story, but that's really not all that it is. It's actually a spiritual journey, and by that she means it kind of expands your possibilities, your ideas of what life is, what death is, and it's done in such a way that it's an entertaining ride. You know, and I'm not preaching at you. I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh, this is the way it is." No, I'm giving you some fictional characters who are learning over the course of the story. They're learning different things, different possibilities.
right.
So that makes it a fun read. And the thing that we hear so much from readers, once they get started, they say, man, I can't put it down. That's just like you've lost your books, the neighbors took it and you can't get them back because, they don't want to part with it.
They don't want to,
once they've started, once they get hooked, which to me as a writer is a wonderful thing to hear.
Yeah.
It's just great when people say that to me.
True. And it's, I mean, they're really that good. And, to talk about it is one thing, and to hear it coming from your mouth as the author, it's like, well, yeah, you're supposed to say that because they're your books. But when I see it happening in person, and I'm like, I have my own books that you've gifted to me, and now I can't even ask, it's kind of like when you loan someone something and then you got to borrow it back, kind of like, hey, can I borrow my own books back? It's that. But, like you said, my goal is listen, the books are that good. I'm trying to get people to the stores, man. And how can we get people to the stores to buy these books and see for themselves? It's one thing to loan a book out and then it gets passed around the neighborhood, but nobody's coming to the store. So that's my goal. And that's why I've had this interview with you, because I want people to see you and kind of get to know you as a person a bit, kind of get familiar and acquainted with you. They see that there is another human being on the other side of the camera. There is someone else, and you do exist, and there's a story that's really amazing, and that the person that you've taken photos of behind you does exist. There are a lot of people that know of my friend Lexi Knight, and both our friends. She has a lot of friends in town. So if you know Lexi Knight, we're shouting her out. That's a plug right there. Lexi.
Well, and let me tell you about Lexi. She's a beautiful model. She's a good worker, and you can see from that picture that she really got into the role.
Yeah.
And you will remember when we did that, that photo is, you look at, it's hard to see an image here, but it looks like it's at night.
Yeah.
But it's not. That was done in the daytime.
That was broad daylight, man. Bright sunny day, too.
And so, that was a struggle to get that image, but, she was a good worker. You were a good worker. The whole crew, everybody was great. As you know from having been on my photo shoots, that it's all about the craft. It's all about the art.
Yeah.
And we do whatever we need to do. Like you'll remember one time we did a photo shoot in the river.
Yeah.
Guadalupe River at midnight. We started at midnight, worked till about 2:00 in the morning. And what's funny about that is that, we were packing up, we were all wet, getting our stuff, getting our gear put back in the car, and this guy drives up. And he said, hey,
yeah.
What y'all doing?
Yeah, oh,
what
man.
y'all doing?
Yeah, what's happening?
And,
not creepy at all, Doug.
So here we are, and then the guy says, well, there's a better place in the river than this one. Let me take you over there.
Oh, man.
So we said,
Yeah.
okay, so it's 2:00 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
We've been working since probably noon. And so we followed this guy over there, and as we were driving the cars, we're getting deeper and deeper into the woods, and there's, the grass is tall and the ruts are
Man,
deep.
I remember that.
Finally, we get to a point where we have to stop the cars, and he says, okay, the river's over there. We don't see a damn thing, right?
Man.
The river's over there. And I don't know why we had the courage to do this, Mo. We got out of the car, we followed him over to the river, and he pointed. We could hear the river. Yeah. But we couldn't see it. I mean, it was pitch black. So here we're thinking, we're going to die tonight.
Yeah,
this
it's
guy's
over.
going to axe murder us.
Oh, man, I remember that night. Creepy. Do you remember his name? Do you remember his name?
Later when the buzzard.
I know.
Yeah, Bubba.
Bubba, yeah, right? I remember that. Definitely, man. That great times, and I can't believe, and we were working with a model by the name of Kimmy at the time, if my memory serves me correctly, and
That's right.
she was a good sport at the time. I don't know what happened to her, but she was a good sport. I mean, like we said, it was 1 a.m., 2 a.m., freezing cold, and she's in the water laid out like nothing, just.
And see, when we got. We were running late because we started shooting. I think we started at noon. We had shot probably 12 hours by then.
Right.
And we got to the river, and I said, look, if you don't want to do this, it's cold, it's late, we've worked a lot. And she said, no, I promised I'll do it. So we did it.
And we did
it. And you coined the phrase, not that night, but on a different shoot, you coined the phrase, the Douglas Kirk experience.
Yep.
And so, I mean, that's exactly what that was. We shot the shots. Bubba showed up.
Yeah.
Took us out there.
Falling off cliffs, snakes. What was it? Freshwater shrimp biting the models. What was it? Not maggots, but what were those? Leeches and all sorts of stuff, man. Lots of activity. I got my girl Erica Michaud. What's up, Erica? Long time.
One time, one of the models, a snake wrapped around her foot.
Yeah.
And she kicked it up in the air.
Kimmy, was it? No, not Kimmy. Emmy.
That was Emmy.
Yes, Emmy. Emmy, oh my.
And so the snake goes flying through the air toward me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute, if that snake touches me, the only thing you're going to see here is a shadow.
And then we had another guy. And we had another guy get down to his skivvies at the shoot trying to help. And we didn't, hey, you're the help. But what does that have to do with you getting down to your skivvies? So we got Alan T. Starlin on the line. He's a friend of mine also, Doug. He's kind of been watching our movement. Him and I go back many years. He's from the East Coast like myself. We call him Jersey Allen. He's also tuned in. So shout him out. He's with A-Star Car Audio Install, the guy I was telling you about. I think I kind of briefly told you about him. So I don't know. He's on there. So there's been a lot of people tuning in on this movement, Doug. And again, the purpose of all this is I'm doing the Everybody Eats movement. You and I talked many years, many months, talking about how can we get notoriety, bring awareness to our cause and our movement. The Douglas Kirk experience, for example, that was something that I'd like to continue with you. because that was a beautiful thing. I'd like to start getting some of that footage out. I don't have any of that footage. You would have all that footage, but if we can kind of start putting together little tidbits of that of the experience, so that people can kind of see that modeling isn't what they think it is. There's a lot to go into modeling with hair and makeup, being freezing cold, up early, getting good sunlight and stuff like that. If you're not using artificial lighting, so
slipping and falling over. Oh, you weren't there for that one, but slipping and falling over a rock, getting all skinned up, hitting the water.
I fell off the cliff, the first one, you remember? With the camera, and I had the lens on, so we didn't get the footage. The camera was on, but I had the lens cover on.
Yeah.
That would have been great footage.
That's where you said this is an experience.
Yes.
That's the thing that caused you to create that. One time we had the cameras going. There was a car accident in the background.
Yes, that was with Kimmy.
You were not on that shoot either, but
right.
I mean, as you coined, as you said, this whole thing's an experience. Every time there's something
going on,
and that keeps it real. It keeps it fun. And at some point, we'll edit all of those. We've got about 10 of those that we're going to edit together. And call it the Douglas Kirk Experience.
Absolutely.
Based on your idea.
Absolutely.
So now you ask the question, and since I'm training myself to be a witness in court, I didn't answer your question. I talked about everything but the answer to your question. Your question was, so you don't even remember it now.
What? The thing that got you started?
Your question was, where can you get the books?
Yes.
So in Austin, you can go to the bookstore called Book People. That's downtown. And you go there and you can request it, and they have copies that you can get there. If you don't want to do that, you can go to my website. And my website is real easy to remember, but it's long. It's www.lookformeiwillfindyou.com.
Yes.
Lookformeiwillfindyou.com. You can go there, and what's fun about the website is you have a tremendous amount of background information, photos, the movies that we're trying to make. You can make comments. If you have a psychological problem, you can even ask, and I'll answer your question, like a Dear Abby sort of thing. I used to write something like that. It was Dear Doug for the newspaper back in the college where I went to school. So you can do that. There's just all kinds of fun stuff. And that website was created for us by Rob Dunn.
Yes, sir.
And
Rob Dunn.
Rob he's a dear friend. He lives in Korea. We have never met, but he's been just as solid as they can be. He's created this beautiful website. And just to make him feel better, we need to generate some sales.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So that he'll see that website getting used.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely need to shout him out. Rob Dunn is the guy that's helped me to stream my website as far as with WooCommerce and everything. I built the website, designed the site, and then he helped me to integrate it with WooCommerce and get it all up and running. He's a great help. This guy is a wonderful guy, man. American guy out in Korea with his family, his wife and kids. His daughter's been going through some stuff with some severe pain. I forget what they called that thing that she was dealing with, that severe, where she just has severe pain for no reason. The body just hurts. Yeah. She's had to have surgeries for that, some kind of nerve issue. So prayers and stuff go out to his family and stuff like that. Also, the thing we've been talking about, the people have been seeing, you haven't been really, have you been checking the Facebook tags and everything, the Instagrams and whatnot? Your creep tail stuff. Yeah. Let's talk about your creep tail stuff some. You want to touch on that?
Well, yeah, we can. Creep Tales is a series of short stories that we are trying to turn into feature-length motion pictures. There's a total of 45 stories, which is enough to make 3 motion pictures. And we've gotten together a few times. We've done some table reads, trying to see how these stories play, trying to see how some of the potential actors sound.
Right.
That was really interesting to me to see who would be good at what. And then as a result of that, we shot Call Me When You Wake Up. Call Me When You Wake Up is one of the stories. We already shot it. It's on YouTube. So you go to Monkey Doodle Cartel, which is, I always tell people, if you're a cartel, you might as well admit it. So that's why I named it Monkey Doodle Cartel. So you go to Monkey Doodle Cartel, and then you can find the Creep Tales stories that we've done. We've only done that one that I've released. We did another one, but we haven't released it yet. And then we've got a couple table reads there. The whole goal with Creep Tales is to develop some friendships with some actors and some crew people so that as the money starts to flow, we can not only do those movies, but eventually we can do the Look For Me movies,
Right.
which is going to be a major, major project. I mean, we're talking about, we estimated to do the first 4 movies, we're talking $100 million. And, I mean, that's a staggering figure. But you know, that's what we're looking at. That's what it's going to take, because Look For Me is one of these films where the sets are one example. Here's a 1870 immigration ship coming from Ireland to the United States. Well, we've got to create that. You know, you've got to have the scenery on the deck. You've got to have, and you can't do that with models totally. I mean, you got to put up some real sailing vessels,
Right.
And that sort of stuff. And we have scenes in Pennsylvania coal mines, and we have scenes in 1898 New York City, and we have 1950s Hollywood. We have 1932 Dust Bowl era, North Texas. These are the kinds of scenes that come together in the story that's all interlaced. And as you know, Mo, as you read the story, you begin to understand how all of this stuff relates together.
Right.
Well, when we go to make that movie, that's, well, a series of movies. It's going to be a major production. So with the Creep Tales thing, what we're trying to do is develop those skills and that friendship that you need to make that work.
Okay.
Have I lost you? Are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm just trying to position my other camera, my camera 1, to kind of see you a little bit better. My YouTube is not picking you up, but I think now I've done something where I think I've got you. At least I've got you on monitor 2. I was trying to get you on monitor 1 and still be in the shot, but yeah. Go ahead, continue. They're listening because you're still being recorded on camera 2.
Well, now I see, when I look at my other monitor here, I see, I guess what you're putting out on Facebook. Yeah, that's Facebook. So
Yeah.
you got me on Facebook.
That's Facebook. The big screen, that's monitor 1. Monitor 2 is my smaller laptop here. I'm trying to, so that the people on YouTube can see who I'm talking to. So that's monitor 2, monitor 3. So monitor 1 is recording monitor 3, and this monitor, my phone monitor, is recording monitor 1. So I've got lots of monitors here.
Well,
my camera phone is monitor 4. Go ahead.
Mo, let me take a minute and say this. I know how hard you worked to make this happen. You've worked on it a long time. It was a dream you had, and it's really looking good.
I appreciate it.
It looks like you've got it going.
Trying.
And just over time, it'll get better and better. But I mean, right now, I think you're developing a pretty cool craft, which is going to be beneficial to everybody. You know, all the people that watch, all the people that you interview. So it's going to be cool. So a shout out to you.
I appreciate that, family. And like I said, man, like I told people in our last meeting with Samuel Levon, I don't know if you've met him, and King Kenobi. These are guys that I've worked with, shot their videos for just recently. As recent as a couple days ago, I just did the video for King Kenobi and then posted it. I told them that you guys motivate me. And so, you know, a lot of people tell me I motivate them, but you guys motivate me too. So that's why I came with the idea everybody eats, because it's a hand-in-hand thing. You know, the right hand washes the left hand back and forth. What's that thing? You know, one back scratches the other, one good turn for another. You know, those analogies. So I'm trying to set up a thing where everybody, whatever it is that you can provide to help bring awareness and notoriety to other people while they do the same for you, and then everybody gets known. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to push. So
well, and Mo, ever since I met you, you're one of the most supportive people I've run into. You know, whenever I'm working on something or when I have trouble, you know, I'm down, whatever, you know, you're the guy that says, yeah, we're going to get there. You know, you push forward. And that positive energy is it's wonderful. It's a tremendous thing. And you're sharing that with a lot of people, and I know it's going to come back at you. Things are going to be great for you.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Like I said, man, I prayed to God, man. I was like, Lord, you know, I'm waiting for this. I'm looking for this. And then it hit me. I got this thought come across my mind, and it was like, what are you waiting for? What are you looking for? And I looked around and I was like, dude, I don't have a lot. I don't have anything, but I have pretty much what I need. I have 2 working laptops, one that I produce music and edit music on, another one that I produce videos and photography and everything on. I have my own camera. Everybody knows Goliath. You know what I mean? So I mean, I have all the stuff I need. You know, I have my drawing tablet here on my screen. I don't know if y'all can see it. This is my drawing tablet. This is the GT whatever it is. This thing is a beautiful thing. I got it as a gift. Those of y'all see it right there, YouTube. And this thing, I sit here and I freehand draw my ideas for T-shirts and stuff, and illustrate cartoons, my little doodles, and that's how I drew the logo for your band, your Swedish band that's reached out to you. What do they call Fresh Cut Salad? That band.
Fresh Cut Salad. Yeah. Actually, they're Dutch.
What did I say? Swedish. My bad.
If they heard you call them Swedish, they'd turn around and go back. And the latest thing on them, you know, they were headed to the United States, and they had their passports, and I guess they had the passports on the deck of the ship, and the wind came up, blew them overboard, and so they lost all their passports. They sailed to the Gulf of Mexico, and they could not get admission into America, so they went to Brazil for a while, and when they were in Brazil, they spent all their money, so then they sailed back to Holland. And then the latest post we got is that they're on their way back here. So hopefully one of the hurricanes doesn't put them at the bottom of the ocean, you know?
Right. Yeah, we've had a bit of a tropical depression in the Gulf a little bit. I think it's kind of dispersed some, which is bringing us the rain that's happening outside at the moment. But yeah, so I you know, I appreciate that, because that gave me kind of an opportunity to do something for that band as well. So I'm really happy about that. I'm happy to be a part of that. So absolutely. So what else is on deck for you? What's any of your future endeavors that you are hoping to attempt here, Doug? What else you got?
Well, more of the same. Obviously, it's photography and writing. Those are my passions, and so I continue to do that. And also, people, if they want to go check out the posters, we printed 17 posters with the models that we worked with during the Douglas Kirk experience.
Right.
And you can find those. This is a strange website, but it's easy to remember. www.purplepaintlaw.com. Purplepaintlaw.com.
Now, what's this?
So you go there, and there will be a tab for the posters, and you can go check those out. Look at them. You know, they're really beautiful posters. We printed them as 2 feet by 3 feet. Really high quality poster paper, so it's something you'll be proud to own. And I got to say this, our friend in China, her name is Karen, she has been tremendously supportive too. She helped me with the posters, she helped me with the books. She's just been a wonderful friend.
Yes.
Interesting thing about her, she has a degree in English.
Okay.
And I didn't know this, but in China, when you contact a Chinese company, they go through an intermediary, what they call a trading company. And that trading company is basically a group of people who speak English who are there to broker the deal, whatever it is you want to accomplish. Say if you're a music guy and you want to produce CDs,
right?
Now you can make the CDs in the U.S. or you can go to China and get them for 1/3 the cost,
right?
And so you can contact a trading company, and they would find somebody that would manufacture your CDs, print the covers, all that kind of stuff, and ship them over to you. So it's a very interesting time to be alive. You know, I grew up when China was the enemy. You know, during the Vietnam War, you know, Red Chinese, kill a commie for Christ, which I always thought was weird. Why would you do that? You know, how does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Why would you kill somebody you don't even know? But anyway, that was the environment, the Cold War. Now, today, with the internet, you can communicate with these people like they're across the street from you.
Right.
And the Chinese people that I've gotten to know are hardworking. They have the very same dreams that we have. In Karen's case, she just recently had a baby about a year ago. She was struggling with that. You know, the baby was not doing as well as she thought. She had postpartum depression. And nobody told her what that meant. She just knew she didn't feel right.
Right.
And, you know, being a psychologist, I said, well, I know what you have. You got postpartum depression. And so in correspondence back and forth, you know, I kind of talked her through that. And she's doing all right now. But the point that I'm trying to make is that whether they're Chinese, whether they're Croatian, whether they're Dutch, doesn't matter. These people are human beings just like you and me, flesh and blood. We all have the same problems. We all have the same dreams. We all have the same desires. So as human beings, we need to come together. And the enemy here, I think, is the military-industrial complex. That's the group of people that want to destroy everything. They want to blow up everything.
Right.
We're on the other side. We're on the side where we want to bring people together and promote commerce and promote relationships and promote working together so that as human beings we can be creative. We can make things, not destroy things.
Right.
So there's kind of a pulling back and forth, like good and evil, good and evil. And the internet has been a wonderful thing to help us realize that. Prior to the internet, there was no chance that you would ever have a conversation with a lady in China who has a child with a problem.
Right.
Okay? Well, not really a problem, just, typical, every mother knows this. You have the child and you go through depression. Okay, it's a hormonal driven thing. And dads, they have the same problem as anybody else. They try to keep the family together. There's struggle of money. Everybody's working nowadays, and there never seems to be enough of anything. Well, we all share these problems all over the world. I don't think there's any place that we don't have these same common problems. So as a result of that, why the heck are we fighting? Why the heck are we beating each other up? And, of course, I think the answer is that because there are those people who stir up trouble, and they get the bombs to flying and get the planes to dropping bombs and all that so they can make money.
Yeah.
And they don't care who they kill. So we are the resistance. We're the ones that are going to say, no, we're going to change things through the love, the admiration, the creativity, the hard work.
Right.
And we can win. Right now, you look around the world, see how many wars are going on. They're kind of winning. But we can overcome that.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting, yeah. But I mean, it doesn't make sense, a lot of that stuff. But here we are, and so now what? You know what I mean? With all that you've said and shared, what now? What?
Well, it's complicated, and I got on my soapbox there, but
that's all right.
The reason
we're familiar with that.
The reason I got on that soapbox is because the only way we're going to change things is we've got to talk about it, and that's what your effort here, your blog is all about. I think you said your slogan is "You think it, I say it."
Yeah.
And Mo, that's a wonderful way to approach things because if we don't have dialogue, if we don't talk about our differences and talk about our similarities, then the bad guys are going to keep us fighting. Remember this. The British taught us this. Divide and conquer. If you want to control people, divide and conquer. So you keep people fighting, you keep them at each other's throats, and you will conquer them. And when the British Empire was worldwide, you heard the statement, the sun never sets on the British Empire. I mean, that's how they built it. They divided people and then conquered them. Well, that's going on here in America right now. There are forces that are trying to divide us. And we've got to say no. We're not going to let that happen because there's no difference between us. Yes, we have cultural differences and language differences and family background differences and financial differences. But when you strip that all away, we all want the same thing. We're all driven toward, relationships that are positive and love and families that grow and, find me somebody that thinks that's bad.
Right.
It's not bad. We all strive for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we want our families. We want to survive. Yeah, you're right.
So, you asked the question, where do we go from here? Well, part of the Look For Me series talks about these kinds of things. It's subtle. I mean, I'm not putting it in your face because when you read the books, I want you to be entertained, and I want you, when you're done, I want you to have a positive feeling. It's an uplifting spiritual experience. It's not a downer. We've got enough downers. We don't need downers.
Right.
What we need is the positive stuff.
Not
there's a lot
to
of
interject to interject real quick. So not to confuse the people that are watching here, we're talking about. Remember now, creep tales and look for me are two different things here. So which are you referring?
Yeah.
Just so that they're clear.
Well, actually, in terms of my philosophy, they're interjected into both of those projects.
Okay.
Look for me is it's a relationship series, but at the same time, it offers ideas on how you can have higher spiritual awareness. It addresses the fears that people have about dying. And it does it in a positive way. So when you're through reading, you have something to think about, and you begin to realize that, yeah, we're a brotherhood of man here.
Right.
And don't let the bad guys take that away from us. Now, Creep Tales, it's a collection of short stories, kind of in the Twilight Zone genre. So what that means is that there will be a setup, and then as you get to the end of the story, there will be a twist. And I love the twist. I love to make you think, well, this is happening, and then you realize, oh man, no, that's what was really going on. But that's educational.
Right.
I'm trying to teach the concept of, hey, we can do this or that or whatever. So in terms of me as a writer, yeah, I kind of put that personality into everything I do. And that'll be true with my photography too. Like one of my favorite, since it's Halloween, one of my favorite pictures is a self-portrait where I had Lexi, the model, dragging my head along the ground.
Yeah.
Without the body. And that was a self-portrait. I set it up, shot it myself, and I showed that to people, and they said, oh, wow. So then, to follow up with that, I had a series of 4 photos, which were the first photo, and she was standing holding those photos, and the body without the head was holding the other photos. And she has this look on her face of like, oh my God. So, I'm pushing the envelope, trying to make things more interesting, more entertaining, trying to make you think. And I think, Mo, what you've said to me in reading the books, is that it does make you think. When you get to an end of a chapter, you're saying, oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my goal.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Now, Mo, you started reading the books aloud. And, I've enjoyed that because you've read them to me. So what do you think about doing some of that for your listeners?
Yeah, and that's something that we can definitely ask the... So I got a thing that says poor network connection. Am I losing you? Have I lost you? Stand by, y'all.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Just kind of froze up a little bit on me. It says poor network connection. I'm not sure what's going on, but if you can hear me, that's something that that's something that I'm going to go ahead and post out there to the public to kind of get some stuff. But the thing that sucks about the situation is I'm only left with book 4, so we need to give them a starting point so that they can kind of follow along a little bit. And I'd hate to start off at book 4. So if we can work something out.
No, I'm not suggesting now. I'm suggesting, later on when you get it set up. I mean, maybe as part of your presentation here, you can read to the public and let them hear some of these scenes.
Right.
I know that when you read them to me, you were moved by them.
Right.
And so, that might be a way that you can help your audience get an idea of what we're talking about here.
And I don't intend...
I
don't intend on reading the whole story. I don't intend on reading the whole story to the public, but just to read some, just to kind of get them on board and just be like, what are your thoughts on that? Kind of get some feedback on that. Of course, eventually we would like them to read the stories for themselves. So, but go ahead.
I had a reader contact me just the other day. She just read one book. She read it, book 1. She read it in one day. And she said, I could not put it down.
Yeah.
And she says, I don't normally read stuff, but I picked this up and I couldn't put it down, and now I've got to read the other 4. Of course, I told her, well, there's 9.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but it's a fast read. It's not you're not going to spend months and months doing it. If you were to sit down and read a book, you can do it in about 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
If you want to take your time, you can do it over a couple of days.
Right.
So it's not Stephen King. His books are 800 pages long, small print, and these things are much more digestible in terms of the busy lives that we all lead. So in the future, at some point, you might want to consider doing that.
I think so.
Like you say, just to introduce people.
Kind of like a story time, kind of, when instead of doing one of my soapbox rants, I just kind of get on there and do like a story time thing, and that's something I can definitely visit with the fans and the public, the people that are watching. Right now, I got Eva Marie. I believe that's my neighbor tuning in. Hi, Eva. How you doing? Thumbs me up or something so I know that you got that message. Brandy Tillery, how you doing? Dave Gross, what's happening? And those of y'all that chimed in, man, thank you so much. Again, just to kind of catch you up to speed, this is my esteemed colleague and friend, Douglas Kirk. He is the writer and author of the books Look For Me, I Will Find You series. Also the writer of the Creep Tale series, which we were kind of talking a little bit about. And we were just talking about kind of what his motivation has been and what his experiences have been. I have had the privilege of being part of some of those experiences. Hence the name, the Douglas Kirk Experience. And if you look on my Facebook page and stuff, you'll see he's got some apparel you can find under his name, the Douglas Kirk Experience, at www.honestthinkingshirts.com. Honest Thinking Shirts with one T, HONESTHINKING shirts.com. Do check that out, and if you're interested, feel free to go ahead and buy some of the merchandise that he has to kind of show your love and support. So continue, Doug, with what's next for you.
I have two thoughts. One thing that you could probably do on your program here is you could pick out some of the Creep Tale stories, because they're short. Some of them are 10 minutes long, some of them are 15 minutes long, and you could read those, and you could have maybe once a week, lower the lights, where everything is dark in the background, and say it's time to read the Creep Tale. So that's a thought. And since you're an actor, I think you would really bring it alive. That would be cool. The other thing,
I can't top that laugh from Tales of the Creep Tale, or whatever it is, Tales from the Crypt, whatever. I can't top that laugh. That creature that has that real funky laugh in Tales of the Crypt. I don't know if I can top that. Yeah. So.
Well, you'll have to work on something, because you got to have the laugh. The other thing that I would say is, for those of your listeners and your fans who want to be writers, I know you wrote a story. You had sent it to me, and you had a friend that was going to read it, and I guess in a year's time he didn't read it. You sent it to me. I read it in one day.
Yeah.
What I would say to your listeners is that there are creative people out there who are doing music or doing fiction, writing stories. The best thing to do is to share it with other people who are creative, because they understand what you're going through. It's very difficult to judge your own work.
Right.
In writing book number 9, I literally said, well, I don't know if it's any good. I think it is. I believe it is. I believe it's going to be in line with the others.
Right.
But I don't know until people read it, and when they read it, they'll tell me. So what I would suggest to those that are writing songs or doing any kind of fiction is, share it with a community of people that are listening to this program. I don't know how you would do that exactly, but post a message or something and say, hey, I just wrote something. Will somebody help me evaluate it?
Right.
And the other thing I would say is never, ever, ever give up.
Never.
If you're doing music and you're not getting people listening to it, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you got to keep going.
Right.
You got to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And that's with anything, photography, video, whatever.
Absolutely.
You never give up, because it's a craft that you develop over a long period of time.
Absolutely.
You may be born with inspiration, but 90% of it is going to be perspiration. You're going to have to work and sweat a little.
Right.
And, you know, eventually you'll make your break. Eventually you'll get there. So do not give up. Do not let the naysayers drag you down. And if somebody's got bad energy, get away from them.
Absolutely.
You don't need that.
And by the way,
You know,
Corian Bailey has creeped in an idea. It says here we can do a Facebook Live table read of a couple of the stories from the Creep Tales. What are your thoughts on that?
I like it. That's tremendous. You know, line up some people.
Hey, J. Mike.
Have the scripts in advance, and we'll do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Technically, I don't know how to do that, but Cornian, that's great. Now, Cornian participated in one of our table reads.
A couple of our reads, I believe, yeah.
And yes, that's right. So, no, that's a good idea. We should do that.
So that's going to have to mean it's going to be a type of an email thing that we're going to have to network where we can send people emails of the script, and then people that want to participate can tune in and read. Now, I'm not sure how we're going to set all that up with everybody kind of. Okay, so somebody hit me up, man. I'm getting all kinds of. I don't know how we would get. I've run out of monitors here. I don't know how we would do all that. We would have to figure something out. That'd be quite a circus act. It'd be quite a riot act. But I don't know. That's something interesting. We'll see how that works. I'm not sure how that would work. That kind of baffles me as we speak. How we would get. You know, I can see how I've got the to and from with me and you, and then how would we be able to interject Cornian and 4 or 5 other people in this thing. So there's options where you can bring other people on camera. I see here. You can click that. You can bring them in on the camera on the live. But how would you be able to do that with everyone and be able to service everyone? That's something we'd have to probably visit with in the near future.
Mo, I think the answer to that is go to somebody that's 16 years old and ask them to set it up because they'll know how to do it. You know, you and I, we're over the hill, you know, but a 16-year-old, they got that handle. Remember, they were born and raised on this technology. You and I go back to a day when we didn't have any of this.
We came into the technology.
Somebody don't know how to do it.
Right. Well, that's something to definitely look into. We got Lori Marshall back on the line again. Hey, Lori, she's back. Welcome back. And just so you know, Doug, Lori Marshall's a friend of mine from. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Let me ask you this. I don't know how it works on your end, but can you ask any of your listeners if they have any questions they want us to answer while we're talking?
You just did. You're live.
Well, Cornian, yeah.
Yeah, you're live. You just asked the question and they just heard you. You're live. This is all around live here. Everybody on YouTube that's watching is heard it. Yeah, on Facebook has heard it, and so yeah, you just asked the question.
Well, yeah. Then my question is to anybody that's out there: have you got any questions? Is there something you want to know that we touched on that maybe you didn't understand, or you want to know more, or whatever? Now would be the time to. I guess they would text it to you, or they Facebook it to you. How do they give it to you?
He texts it to me. Corian just texted in. I'll look into it. There are ways. So he's obviously
good for him.
Yes. So he's obviously checking in. Lori Marshall, your thoughts? Just to catch you up to speed, Lori. We were talking about doing a possible read for some of the stories. This is my esteemed colleague and friend, Douglas Kirk, the writer of the Look For Me series, Look For Me, I Will Find You, which you can find at www.lookformeiwillfindyou.com, which is selling out of a place in Austin called, what's it called? People's Books?
Book People.
Oh, a buddy of mine, Dean Campbell's on the line. What's up, DC Productions? So DC, we've got Doug Kirk, DK, on the line, author and writer of the Look For Me series and so on and so forth. We're interviewing with him tonight. As I was supposed to visit with my man Trey 500 today, didn't happen for I'm not sure what the reasons are, but just to catch you up to speed, he is an author and writer, and he's looking for people to act and do stuff for his books and filming short films and whatnot in that area. And we've kind of been talking about what's the next move for the future. At which point he was talking about doing a public live read, or that was Cornian's idea, but a live read maybe potentially on Facebook, where people can kind of hear the stories and kind of and decipher for themselves what their thoughts were on that. Am I correct in saying that, Doug? Your thoughts?
Well, yeah, and I just, we started out talking about this. I wanted to reiterate that I just won $1 billion in the lottery. And so, this is all. Wouldn't that be something?
Man, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Can you believe I actually bought a lottery ticket? I've never bought one before, but I bought one because I thought, for $2, I'll get entertainment value out of it. $2.
Hey, I've hit the lottery a few times for $3, $15, $25. I've hit $30. I've hit the lottery, so I'm satisfied. I can say I've hit the lottery and won.
Well, but in this case, what is it up to? 1.6 billion.
Yeah.
And so they said, do you want it over a 30-year period or cash? And I said cash. So they told me that they would give me $904,900,000 all at once.
Let me ask you this.
And after the government takes their taxes, I probably end up with $5.
Yeah, right. And then they're gonna snatch that from you. You know what I mean? So, but you ever notice that every 2 or 3 years this happens where the lottery gets up to $50 billion, and everybody and their grandmother goes out and spends money? There's something happening here. That if you got everybody spending at least $5 on the lottery, how much money are we talking about here? Statewide, nationwide.
If they can give away $1 billion,
Keyshawn Wilson, hey.
Well, they made a lot more than that.
Oh yeah. What is it? What did you say it was up to? $100 billion? What is it? What did you say it was up to? What was it up to?
No, it's right now. I think if I'm correct, it's 1.6 billion.
Okay, so damn near 1.25 billion. Or 1.5 billion, right?
A little more than
1.5 billion. 1.5 billion. Okay.
That's crazy. That's completely crazy.
They made 30 billion.
It's gambling.
Yeah.
It's gambling, and when they hang that piece of cheese in front of the Texas people, hey, everybody's buying. I did it. I did it because I wanted to be able to say, yeah, I participated in that $1 billion giveaway.
I thought you did it because you just like cheese.
Because of what?
I said I thought you did it because you just like cheese.
Yeah, exactly. But, it should be said that the lottery is a voluntary tax against people who are mathematically ignorant.
Right.
Because your chances of winning this thing are like they say on here, it's 1 in 302, 575 million.
Yeah.
That's your odds of winning. So I laugh at these people that go down and they buy 10 tickets. Well, there's no difference between 1 ticket and 10 tickets. So your odds haven't changed.
Yeah. Well, you say that and then you say that and then you win the 1.5 billion, and then I'll accept your apology, a free trip to Tahiti somewhere, so I can work on my tan lines.
It was crazy because I did this on Tuesday and I didn't even know how to fill out the form. I had to get the clerk at the store to help me fill it out. I had no idea. So anyway, I did it for entertainment value. I've had fun with it.
Right.
But bottom line is we're not going to make any movies until we raise some money or figure out how to do that. And, that's the challenge. It's really, really difficult to raise that kind of money.
Man, it is. And if it happens, then I've heard the horror stories of the people that have actually hit the lottery, and then by the time the government was done with them, friends and families and in-laws, and then their drug habits and all that, it's just, was it even worth it at the end? You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, the lottery's a scam.
Will Ortiz, what's up?
It's designed to fleece money from people. That's what it is.
Oh yeah.
It's gambling, and they say, well, for $2 you could be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could, but so could 302 million other people.
Well, so what are the odds again? 1 out of 100 million or something? You said.
Well, right now, according to this ticket, it's 1 in 302, 575 million.
Okay, so after that 302, 575 million, or 73 million have played, or maybe 74 million, and then you happen to play, you can win. Yeah, I get that. But we need the other. Yeah, you know, we need the other 50 million people to play first. Then you play. So my strategy on that is let everyone else play first. Then at the last minute, just like the day of the roll, you play right before the cutoff. And now maybe your odds of winning. Damn it.
Yeah.
He won. We weren't expecting him to win. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. That, you know, I play it for fun, but like I said, I've won, so I can't complain. I paid maybe $5 and won $50, and so I made my money back and bought me a couple packs of gum and a hot dog, bag of chips, and a Gatorade, and that was good. You know, my dream came true. I was hungry, and now I had something to eat and some gas.
As long as you know that it's for entertainment, then it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, if you think you're going to hit it, that's a different thing. You know,
it's a gamble. It's like I tell people, go for your cookies. Go for your cookies, but if you get a glass of milk, well, it's a bonus. You know what I'm saying? You're just going in to have fun, like you're saying, and do whatever. So we got Will Ortiz that's just joined us, Keyshawn Wilson, a bunch of my friends, people that I go way back with, man, all in the music game. Dean Campbell, DC Productions, that's all DJ and all that stuff. This is the guy I was telling you about that when we were going to do the book signing and the model thing where we were going to have Kimmy and all those girls that were modeling, Lexi and Jamie and them do the model thing. I was going to see if I could have one of his DJs come and DJ the event and kind of host it for us. But then again, things came up and we weren't able to pull that off. But hopefully we can still do something like that. Maybe we can get all the models back and kind of, you know, you never know.
Now, it's interesting that you mentioned milk and cookies. I understand that you made a batch of chocolate chip today, and I just wonder how that's going.
You're
Are
damn
they
rooting.
still around, or have they been consumed?
Well, my kids and, you know, their mom, you know, killed off about 2/3, but I've managed to stash a little bag in the fridge. I like my cookies cold, so I put a bunch in a bag and I hide it in the bottom drawer in the fridge, so I can, like a hamster, come in the middle of the night and just kind of, you know, you hear the little nibbling of the cookies and that's me. So actually they were quite delicious. I've ate enough chocolate now. My heart's over here skipping beats now because all the damn chocolate. But you know, it was worth it. I'd rather die with a chocolate chip cookie in my hand than a gun at my head. So you ask me that's a no-brainer. But yeah, milk and cookies. That's my thing. Everybody has their thing, and my thing, I am addicted to homemade chocolate chip cookies, man, of my own making. My neighbor across the street's in competition with me, though. She comes over with a bag. Her problem is that she uses salted butter and she uses milk chocolate chips. Now, milk chocolate chips, for people that know me way back when I was younger, that was my kryptonite. I was a sucker for chocolate chip cookies, man.
Yeah.
And a milk chocolate chip. Now I eat the dark chocolate chip because the dark chocolate's better for you. So I eat that. But when she gives me that milk chocolate, I could feel the cholesterol and the fat and everything just adding. You know, I'm damn 50. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm eating all that. I can't do that no more. You know, I got to eat the dark chocolate and stay healthy. I got to eat the lean chocolate. You know what I mean? The gluten-free lean chocolate. Because everything is gluten-free now. Chocolate's gluten-free. You know what I mean? Shit. My toothpaste is gluten-free now because, you know.
Yeah, but we don't even know what that is. But it's advertised everywhere, you know.
If gluten is what I think it is, it's the best part of the batter, isn't it? The gooey part of the batter? I don't know. What is gluten? If you take the gluten out, then the batter, what is it? Soup, syrup? What? I don't know. I thought that we like that gooey dough. No, I'm a lick the bowl type of guy, you know. You're going to get salmonella. I'm damn near 50, and I ain't got not a piece of salmon or Ella. You know what I mean?
Well,
I've had salmon. I've had salmon with some rice, but I ain't had salmon or Ella, so a bottle of wine.
It's like people say, don't drink out of the water hose. And it's like, why not, man?
Yeah.
We did that as kids.
kids.
What suddenly changed to make it dangerous to drink out of a water hose?
The fire hydrant and everything on a hot summer's day, people drank that water. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what made it dangerous today is, I'll tell you what made it dangerous today. These people are trying to flush down their crack cocaine from the cops. Their LSD needles, their syringes and shit, heart medication, bloody tampons and shit that aren't supposed. All the stuff's not supposed to be flushed down. That's what's happening today. So next thing you know, if you didn't have heart problems, now you done drunk some water that's got heart medication stuff in it. Now your heart's acting up because it's like, I didn't need it. Now I've got it. Now I don't know what to do with it. Now I'm acting funny because now I'm sick. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think that's part of the deal too. Is in America anyway. Because this is not true in every country. They want us to be sick. And the reason they want us to be sick is because that way we spend more money with the medical establishment. So
Yeah.
you've got doctors that know how to cure diseases, and they won't tell you about it, and they make it so expensive, and then they load you up with drugs that cause all kinds of additional problems.
Right.
And basically, they're trying to fleece as much money out of you before you die.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. I mean, we need to be looking at natural. We need to be looking at working out, and watch what you put into your body, because a lot of things are not good for you.
I'm finding that a lot of people are getting sick because of lack of magnesium. That's something I didn't know anything about. And so I started, with my anxiety and whatnot, I started eating more avocado and almonds and cashews and spinach and stuff. And I found that, as I've ate more of that stuff, man, my well-being has gotten improved. I sleep more soundly now. I sleep like deeply. Like this is a guy that, I'm an insomniac. I don't sleep. And when I lay out, I'm out. And I wake up, and you ever wake up, you're like disoriented because you've been sleeping so deep. And I'm fresh when I get up and wash my face, and I'm ready to go. So, yeah, I think that, everybody tells you you're vitamin D deficient. I went and, my vitamin D was a little low at one point, but it wasn't deficient. But I still felt crazy. But then when I ate the stuff that was rich in magnesium, then I found that my energy's up there. I'm much better. I'm more rested. I'm more calm. I'm more relaxed. I feel like my blood's circulating better. And who knew? So look into that. You might see people, and magnesium helps for people that are lethargic all the time. They're tired. Their hearts skip beats. Hey, we got Jamie Kidd. Speaking of devil, remember Jamie, the old model we talked about, the Douglas Kirk experience?
Jamie.
Hey.
Hello, Jamie. How are you?
What's happening, Jamie Kidd?
Of course, she can't answer. She's got to type it in, right?
Yeah. She's got text. She's got text
Okay.
in. Look at that, man. So we're bringing the world back around one person at a time, and that's the mission. What's up?
So tell Jamie, we loved working with you, Jamie. You were great. You were great. Terrific.
Absolutely. And I don't know. She's still on. It says she's still watching. Jamie, if you're there, text him something so he knows that you heard him. Can you text him something? He said he loved working with you. I think you should be able to hear him, but if you didn't, he loved working with you. You were great. He was complimenting you. So shout a text to me, and it'll get through to him if you can. Isn't this great? This is awesome. This is awesome. All these people,
yeah, for sure.
All the people that have tuned in,
There, Mo, in Austin and San Antonio, there are some really, really talented people on both sides of the camera, both actors, actresses, models, photographers, videographers. There's some real talent out there, and you don't have to go to Hollywood to find it. It's right here in Texas.
It's all right here.
And it's a matter of people working together.
Right. No, you ain't never lied, and that's true, man. And I'm trying to bring that together, man. I'm trying to tell people, put the egos aside. You got a lot of people that are full of egos, and I think that's what's killing a lot of the industry out here. You got a lot of the stuck-upness, a lot of blowhards that think that they're better than a lot of people. We don't need to say names, but there's a lot of people out there that just really think that they're above the rest, and that type of attitude is what's killing the industry out here. I think if everybody gives a leg up or a hand up to their peers and their comrades, and we can keep everything circling, like we said before, one good turn deserves another. That's what's going to help bring this thing to life out here, man. And people are going to start getting around. It's going to start really turning the soup in here, if you will. I don't know if that makes sense, but I mean, it's just really going to get the fire going. I'll use that one then instead. Instead of people taking firewood for themselves, you get a big bonfire going, and everybody can warm themselves. You know what I mean? And cook with the fire and whatnot. And that's what I'm trying to promote here with my Everybody Eats movement. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm serious as a heart attack when I say everybody eats. I'm all about everybody eating. Let's do it, man. I'm not rich, but I'm trying to get there, and everybody that I know is trying to get there. So why not let's just come together, man, as a unit and put it all together, man. See what happens. I do the stuff with my boy DC, Dean Campbell, DC Productions, Chaotic, those guys. You see the stuff that I've been posting, little snippets and little things like that to just kind of push their brand, and it pushes my brand, so we help each other in that light. I did the stuff with you, and we've helped the likes of Jamie and Lexi and those people that are beautiful women, beautiful models that are trying to get out there and they can feel safe without feeling like somebody's trying to take advantage of them and actually get some really good work out. I think we've done, as you especially, done great work with these people, and that's what I'm trying to push. You know, you got a lot of these phone domes out here with cameras that are running around trying to take pictures of girls, and they're just a bunch of perverts. And you got a bunch of people who think they're doing something they're not really, and it's for a hidden agenda, and it's really killing the industry. And that's what I'm trying to get rid of. I'm trying to get rid of that, and making people feel secure and safe in what it is that they're after in achieving and accomplishing some of their goals and dreams before they get old and die in this world. And also to read, look for me, I will find you.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's a long-term goal that we've been working on. Now, I have a question about your presentation here. Does this get archived where people can look at it later?
What's that? The video
what
stuff?
You're doing? What's your?
Oh yeah. It's all on my YouTube page right now. So all this is gonna go up on my YouTube page, and it's also archived on my on my on my Facebook, and it's also stored on my phone. By the way, my Google thing stores it, so I have it. So if ever I can go back to it and click on it in my phone, and then I can upload it. So like if Facebook decides to delete it for whatever reason, I don't see why they would, but whatever, then I could re-upload it and people can revisit with it. So yeah, it's got backing upon backing upon backing. So absolutely.
Yeah, I was just curious because if somebody hears about something and they want to go back and look at it, they can.
Absolutely,
you know, it's going to be archived there.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean, over a period of time, you're going to have hundreds of these, and so I guess as you do a show, I don't know how you do it exactly, but you know, indicate who you talked about or who you talked with or whatever, so that if somebody's searching for something, they can go look it up.
Right. Well, my soapbox,
soapbox. We've spent an hour talking about look for me, and so on your tag, on your archive, you should say the date and then the different people you talk to.
Yeah.
And one of them would be look for me, Douglas Kirk. You know?
Right.
So that way, if somebody's searching for it on YouTube, they can find it. Maybe a complete stranger can find it.
Well, you know? I'll tag that info on that. This was actually an interview that was supposed to have happened with my friend Trey 500. It never happened. So right now, in a span of 2 hours, I have interviewed you. I've interviewed Devin White. I've also got to speak with Lori. She doesn't have Skype or anything, but we kind of text message back and forth, and her and I were talking. And then I've gotten the time to do my soapbox in that, and then I've done my shout outs. So in the 2 hours time, I've covered a whole lot with all this. As far as the timing on my YouTube thing is going, it says that I'm at 2 hours and 6 minutes and 47 seconds in. And you and I have talked for an hour of that in making it, because you were a later interview, but because Trey didn't, it freed up 2 other interviews, so I ended up getting two and a half. Lori was kind of a half interview. So I think I made it. Usually I go for about 40 minutes to 30 to 40 minutes on my vlogs and stuff like that to an hour.
We double that.
To an hour. It just depends.
But it's a special edition because it's the October 24th anniversary edition.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I kind of freaked out when I realized that this is actually the day 10 years ago, 2008, where this whole thing got started. 10 years I've been working on this. Isn't that amazing?
That's crazy. And maybe it's all happening for a reason.
That's where you got to say you cannot quit. You cannot give up. I mean, we're not there. We're not there yet, but we're going to get there.
And we're much closer now with all this. So
exactly. And so, you know, people that are just starting out, maybe they've been doing it a few months, you know, don't get discouraged, because it might take 10 years. It might take 20 years. I think, Mo, you and I were laughing the other day where people, you know, they suddenly make it, and then everybody talks about, oh, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that you've been at it for 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, whatever it's been.
Yeah.
Most successful celebrities, writers, actors, models, whatever, have been at it a long, long time.
Absolutely.
You know, a few people shoot straight to the top, but most of them don't. Most of them don't.
Right. Well, and that's what it is. So basically, if you have any questions for Doug Kirk or myself, man, feel free to chime in or message me later on the Facebook, and I'll be sure to respond. Again, I'm always looking for your 2 cents. Give me your 2 cents, man. I want to hear your thoughts on all this. And like we said, as Doug has stated before, eventually he's looking towards doing more shoots, and also shooting some film projects with these books that he's written. The Creep Tales series, you can see that on my site. The Look For Me series, you can also see that on my site. I've plugged him plenty. He's just plugged himself today. So if you have any questions about anything that's up and coming, feel free to tune in and ask. You can find him on my Facebook page, Douglas Kirk. Simple. Douglas Kirk. Friend him, add him, and message him on your own time if you'd like. And that way you can kind of network some stuff like that and build more bridges. So if you need a DJ in town, DC Productions, man, they've got a whole plethora of DJs, man. From oh my gosh, HMM to Chaotic to good grief. God, there's so many of them. I can't remember all their names, man. I wonder if my man is I don't know if my other man is doing it still. Jason Salvo. He's with Salvo. He's a DJ doing his thing, and there's some others. But anyways, DC Productions, they've got their thing going, man. It's a lot of stuff moving around. Forgive us as time goes by. We'll have it all together. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Cornian's just chimed in again. I'm thinking of us doing a whole collaborative production company. Your thoughts on that, Doug? I'll let you touch on that.
That's what it's all about. You know, you bring all this different talent together, and you're a force to reckon with when you do that.
Right.
When you have all of these different things to offer, what we need, which we don't have, is we need people that know how to raise money. We need people that know how to go out there and deal with the financial end of it, because in this type of industry, it takes a lot of money to do things.
Right.
You know, nothing's done on a shoestring. I mean, we've tried, we've done stuff on a shoestring, but it's really, really hard to do what you envision, what's in your heart, without having some bucks behind you. And
right.
So, you know, what he's talking about is a good idea. What if you had a company that had all this talent in tow, and you were able to go to somebody that would be a financial investor and say, okay, this is what we have to offer.
Right.
Will you sponsor us? Will you back us?
Right.
They're certainly more likely to do that than when an individual approaches them.
Right.
Because they're going to say, well, I'm not going to put all my money into that one guy.
Right.
But if it's a troop, if it's a group, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, in a sense, that's what a production company in Hollywood is.
Right.
You know, 20th Century Fox or MGM or whatever, they're just giant houses where they've assembled all of the talent that you need to get movies made.
Right.
Now, it took them many, many years. I mean, these guys go back to the 1910s, 1920s, when movie making started to take off. But we have the advantage today. The digital world is so much cheaper, and the equipment is so much more available to people,
right,
than it was back then.
Absolutely.
But it's still hard. I mean, don't let anybody kid you. Nobody's going to make it overnight.
No.
You're going to have to work and work and work, and you're going to get turned down, doors slammed in your face, and all that. But you have to just get back up on the horse and keep riding.
Absolutely.
And that's a message we need to get out to everybody. And what you're trying to do is bring people together to support one another to do that. It's a wonderful idea.
Why not?
And what Cornyn is suggesting is a wonderful idea.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
And he believes that, Cornyn's chimed in, he believes that I've already started something, but that's what I'm trying to prove. You know, in every community, there's the baker, there's the chef, the butcher. You know what I mean? There's the seamstress. You know, there's the people that does the people that milk the goats or milk the cows or whatever for the milk and to create cheese and whatnot. There are the gardeners, the people that tend to the vegetables. There's people that tend to crops for grain and bread and so on and so forth. And in that community, when everybody pitches in their craft, then you create a machine that supplies everything. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I say we all eat. If we got video editors on one end, and we've got photographers on another end, and we've got filmmakers on one end, and we've got DJs, And we got artists, rappers, and singers, and writers, songwriters, book writers, all that. We've got everything. We've got everything you need right there. And I know anybody knows me, knows Modeja, knows me, knows that I know a lot of talented people. I know a lot of people that have been trying to do this stuff, man. And I've heard a lot of talking, a lot of excuses. I've seen a lot of hate. I've seen a lot of egos. And I'm here today to say, look, man, enough is enough. Mike Grimes, how you doing? Enough's enough, man. Let's put this together. Let's all eat. Put aside the differences. Put aside the egos and stuff, and let everybody eat. I shouted out so many people on the backs of those T-shirts. I'm trying to get some feedback on those T-shirts because I want to push that where everybody can get a T-shirt. And how nice it says everybody eats, and on the back of it, it's got your name on it. You know what I mean? So you feel like somebody's pushing for you, for your brand, for your movement. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to push for everybody's movement. Douglas Kirk, Chaotic, Corian Bailey, Samuel Levine, King Kenobi, Dean Campbell, Craig White with the Bevo Ballers, Tailgate. You know what I mean? Prada G's, Gardner Road G's, everybody that's on the back of that, man. You know, all these people, these are artists and producers and JCTV. This guy, oh my God, talk about people that work their ass off. Lauren J, she's fighting cancer, for God's sake. She's got like skin cancers on her body she's dealing with, and she's always staying positive and pushing her brand. Lori Marshall, who's supportive, people that support the movement. She doesn't do anything herself. She just supports, and she's always had your back. Sherry Sullivan's very supportive and has been through a lot. These people have stories to tell, and I want to represent these people and push their names out there. Trey 5, 7 Militia, you know. So I can't shout these people out enough, and I keep telling people, you're going to get sick and tired of me because I'm going to keep tagging you. I'm going to keep pushing you. I'm going to keep hailing your name, you know, because that's what it's about, man. I want everybody, they're going to know you by the time I'm done. There's not going to be any excuses. I ain't never heard that name. You a damn lie. You heard that name 100 times. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get people involved, and those that want to get involved. This is just the beginning, man. Like Doug said, we're not there yet, but we're gonna get there. But along the way, we're gonna pull all this stuff in, man. And if you're trying to be negative and trying to be on that hateful stuff, I'm gonna let you know right now. You can go ahead and turn away from the door right now. Save yourself the trouble. Save us the grief. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not catering to that. I'm not feeding into that. If you're gonna be here and be a one-man show and be an ego and stuff like that, that's cool, man. Just do that to the left. We don't have room for that. Step out of the line and let someone else have room to come in here and do that. So that's what we're trying to do here. And Parton, do you have anything else you want to add, Doug?
No, Mo, I think, as I told you before, you've made a great step. I know you talked about this for a long time, and you got it going, and, I mean, it looks cool. The thing is, keep it up, and it'll grow and grow, and, you know, pretty soon you'll have sponsors coming to you saying, hey, can I be mentioned on your program? You know, they'll send you a product, say, hey, can we do this? And you'll say, yeah, for X number of dollars, I'll talk about your product. So, I mean, that's the way advertising works. And I don't know, we didn't mention this, but I'm in the newspaper business, have been for 22 years.
Morton Falls
and
Publishing.
It's an advertising that pays for the production.
Yep.
You know, and that same thing can happen with your presentation here. It just takes time, building up an audience, making sure that you're always entertaining, always something different. And I know you will be. I've talked to you for many, many hours on the phone. I know you got some ideas, and so there's not going to be any shortage of conversation.
No, and I'm long-winded. Everybody know me. I'm long-winded as fuck.
Yeah, and I am too. So that's why your normally 1 hour program went 2.5.
Now, I'm gonna talk your head off, but I'm gonna talk to as many. The thing is there were so many people that chimed in. There's so many people that sent me messages and sent me a bunch of love, and I got to interview a bunch of people. So that's why it ran over. That's why it took a lot longer. But I did 4 things. I was looking to do one thing. I ended up doing like 4 different things. So that's great. That just looks way better on me. So I love it. You know, I'm sorry it took this long, but it is what it is. But again, this is my man Doug Kirk. Doug Kirk, wave to the people. Show them that, you know. Can you wave to the people? Doug Kirk.
It's real.
It's real. We'll visit with Doug Kirk again in the near future. Again, stay tuned and check out his movement. Follow with him on Facebook. Give him your plugs, Doug. How they can reach you, how they can contact you. Go ahead.
Okay, so the main thing that we're talking about is the Look For Me book series, which is www.lookformeiwillfindyou.com. Lookformeiwillfindyou.com. And that's my book series that someday we hope to make into a series of movies. And you can buy the books there. I mean, that really helps. It's nice to talk about it, but it's even better to buy the books and read the books. And Mo can tell you they're really a quality production. These books can be read and passed around many, many times. It's not a paperback that's going to fall apart. I mean,
Absolutely.
It's a good quality production.
Look at that.
So basically, that's the main thing. The other thing that we've got going on is if you go to www.purplepaintlaw.com, you can see some of the posters that we shot featuring mainly models from Austin, but there were some from San Antonio. One lady was from Lubbock, Texas. They were all Texas. These things are 2 feet by 3 feet. It's a nice poster you can put on the wall and help with the movement. I call that the Live Life, Be Free series.
Oh, yeah.
Because what I was trying to depict is the sense of liberty and freedom. We live in a wonderful country here, and there's nothing better than God's backdrop, which is the rivers and the scenery with beautiful women. Mm-hmm. And these girls are all beautiful.
Yep.
And so those are those two projects, and the third project is Creetales the movie. And the best way to approach that is go to my YouTube channel, Monkey Doodle Cartel, and you can see all kinds of stuff. There is a playlist that, since today is the anniversary of the event in the cemetery, there's a playlist called Hot for Truth, and there's 5 videos there, and this is a progressive group of videos that are exploring this mystery, where we absolutely believe that a woman in the spirit, in a spiritual form, reached out to us and was telling us that she was upset about an injustice. As we did more research, we believe that her little 4-year-old daughter was murdered on September 5th, 1899. And I've been investigating that mystery for a few years. One of the most remarkable things that happened is I was there with a lady who, after we looked at the grave, she went home that night and she had dreams, very, very vivid dreams. And they were so vivid, I said, you know what? I'm going to present you with a 16-photo lineup. So I showed her 16 photographs, and I said, can you pick out of the photographs the person who appeared in your dreams? And within 60 seconds, she identified the same woman associated with the grave that was pointed out to us in 2008. So the 2008 event is linked to the 2015 event, and then we had another event in 2016. Well, on Monkey Doodle Cartel, you can see the videos for all of those. And as I always tell people, I'm a skeptic. I don't know what to believe, but I am becoming more and more convinced that as human beings, we never really die. We never really die. And you can take that all kinds of religious context. You can look at it from different points of view. But our souls live on. We never really die. And that's a pretty interesting concept. And we're starting to develop some evidence that that might be the case. And I'm not talking about just somebody standing up in front of the pulpit telling you that. I'm talking about hard scientific evidence that, no, our souls go on. Our souls are incredible. And that's why you have to respect each and every one of us, because you never know when you're going to see that guy in the future, you know? So, I mean, that's basically what I'm working on. Book number 9, which, as I said, I just finished, is a mind blower, because I'm working with a lady who is a remote viewer by profession. That's what she does for a living. If you don't know what that means, it means that she uses her mental capacity to travel to other locations around the world and see what they are. And being the skeptic that I am, I said, well, can you show me this? And she remote viewed a ranch here at Canyon Lake. and she was about 60% correct. So in other words, from 5,000 miles away, she was able to see something here. And I have to tell you, that blows my mind.
Right.
But this apparently is real. Apparently there are people that can do this. And, you know, that's a subject for a whole nother broadcast, Mo, when we get ready to talk about that.
Right.
Because our ability as human beings is completely unknown to us. I mean, there's many, many things that we can do. Telepathy, telekinesis, clairvoyance, all of these so-called ESP things, I've named them the connection senses. So the regular senses you have are like sight, sound, vision, so on. The connection senses are those senses that hook us together as human beings, the energy that flows between us as human beings. And that's a pretty interesting thought. And once you learn to respect that, then you realize, oh no, we can't be killing people. That's wrong.
Right.
We can't be killing. And you know we know killing is wrong anyway, but there's an awful lot of killing that goes on in the name of war. We can't be doing that because we're killing ourselves. We are beating up our own spiritual connections. So anyway, that's just food for thought for another time. And I appreciate you having me on. I'm tickled to death that you're doing what you're doing.
By the way, before I let you go, also you failed to mention your model rocket series, or thing you've got going. So it's something that people might be interested in that you do.
Well, yeah. I got to make a living, and so you know, I do the newspaper. I sell fireworks 3 times a year. I've done that for 33 years, and I sell model rocket parachutes. So anybody that's into the model rocket hobby, they can go to modelrocketparachutes.com and they can look that up. And the fireworks, if you're in Comal County, it's Bunker Fireworks. There's a Facebook page on that, so you can go look at that. We've got pictures of our customers. Anyway, collectively, you got to stay really, really busy to make a living nowadays, you know?
Right. I'm listening. Keep going.
Okay, well, I don't know. You turned away. I didn't know if we were, if we were connected or not. So, yeah, thank you, Mo, and for all your listeners, thank you very much for your patience. The bottom line is like, share, subscribe, spread things around, comment. When you go to my website, look for me, IWillFindYou.com, comment, put in your opinion, say what you need to say.
Absolutely.
Because that helps the movement. And that's true with Mo's stuff too. Don't just pass it over, but say something, on the Facebook page. Talk about something. That's how you build the energy, I think.
Absolutely. That is absolutely and that's what it's all about. I'm trying to get people to stop being afraid to say their piece, man. We got Tressa Beckel on the line. How you doing, Tressa? Thanks for joining us. But no, that's what it's about, man. People are worried to say what they got to say. Just tell me and I'll say it. And but I'm trying to break down barriers, man. I'm trying to knock down walls. I'm starting with killing these egos, man. I'm sick of the egos. I don't think I'm better than anybody. What you see is what you get with me. It's that simple. I'm not claiming that I'm better than anybody or perfect than anybody. No, that's not what it is. I'm fighting for two things: this movement, and to get my 13-year-old son back from his mother who's trying to hurt me for whatever reason. It doesn't even matter what the reason is. You're hurting the child, and that's what I get on my soapbox and talk about relationship stuff, and that's my other vlogs for other topics. But those are the things that I fight for. And then in the first movement, that's my family that I have now with my 5-year-old and my stepdaughter Jolie, who's also about to be 13, and my family situation that I have here. And you and what you and I have accomplished, and the people that I've known for years, man. I've met so many people, and there's so much to do, and there's so much more to do. It doesn't stop and it doesn't quit, and I'm just looking forward to that. So with that, once again, we got Douglas Kirk, author, photographer, writer. In some respects, a psychotherapist, if you will, or something like that, psychiatrist, if you will, yes, in your studies.
Well, psychologist.
Psychologist.
I actually have 2 degrees in psychology. I have a degree in general psychology and a degree in experimental psychology.
So he's a psychic
so
doctor.
That's why when you read the Look For Me series, you're going to see a lot of paranormal or parapsychological stuff. You know, we're pushing the envelope. Things that we're not sure if they're real or not, but it sure makes for good fiction.
Borderline science fiction, but realism added. So what is it? Science fiction with a twist of realism, or is it reality with a twist of science fiction? However you want to see it. So that's him.
I'm not sure.
So writer, photographer, in some respects also a videographer, kind of a jack of all trades. He's got his own publishing company, Morton Falls Publishing. He's got the paper. He's got the model rocket parachutes. He's got the posters and stuff with the purple. What did you call it? The purple.
PurplePaintLaw.com. I just created that because it was easy to. Once you hear it a few times, Purple Paint Law. It's easy to remember. Purple Paint Law,
and then he's got Monkey Doodle Cartel. So do follow him, Douglas Kirk, on Facebook, on YouTube at Monkey Doodle Cartel, the Purple Paint Law. Look for me, I will find you.com, www.lookformeIwillfindyou.com. And then his model rockets, I guess you can www that as well, right?
The model rockets and the Purple Paint Law will come up together. They're on the same website.
Okay.
So in other words, when you type in these different things, it sends you to the same website and shopping cart.
Okay.
And I literally did that to save money. I mean, you can spend a lot of money on GoDaddy things, and I just combined them all together. People think it's a little crazy. I mean, you can buy the books there too. But one of the things about wealth is you got to keep your overhead down.
Right.
So don't spend a bunch of money you don't have until you have that money. Then you can start spending it.
Right. Absolutely. So there you have it, folks. Douglas Kirk once again. I want to thank the following people. Devin White for showing up tonight. All the people that have chimed in. I'm going to tag all y'all and shout y'all out after this. So look forward to seeing your name being plugged in on this. Lori Marshall, thank you so much. Cornian Bailey, thank you for your input. Alan T. Starlin, I'll tag all you guys later. Again, Douglas Kirk, I'm Modeja Navarro. Honest Thinking Shirts, you think it, I say it. Give me your 2 cents. And at hashtag team footage. I got that footage. Don't forget. All right, I love you. God bless you, man. And we'll see you on the next one, man. Take care. All righty, Doug.
Thank you.
See ya.